presents Marvel Comics.
Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Here Comes a New Challenger, a fighting game podcast. And before we get started, I'm going to introduce everybody. As usual, I am Garrett, and I'm joined by Troy.
Howdy.
And we also have two new challengers joining us today. We have Xavier,
What's up?
and then we also have Austin.
Howdy.
Two howdies, cool. Off to a great
Texas,
start.
baby.
Yeah. Texas.
Should have said howdy too to get that triple howdy combo.
Yeah, come on, Xavier.
One
One of us.
We're going for the fucking howdy assists, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Full tack assists. Speaking of tack assists, today's topic is going to be Marvel, baby. Specifically Marvel 2, Marvel 3, and Marvel Infinite.
Because none of us played Marvel 1.
Yeah, I have touched Marvel 1, but that is literally it.
Marvel 1's just kind of funky.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it a little bit before we talk about Marvel 2, but yeah, it's weird. It's a weird game. But in order to start today, we are going to start with game stuff. So, have you guys played any games this week? If you guys want to talk about that, and I'll go last because I have a little bit to talk about.
So when you talk about games, does it have to be fighting game related, or is
No,
it just
does
like
not.
game in
I
general?
talked about Final Fantasy 14 for like 10 minutes last time.
Okay. I guess I'll start because I already made the joke. I've been playing a good bit of Teamfight Tactics. It's quite addicting, but it's like also very relaxing to play.
That's the League of Legends fucking thing, right?
Yeah, it's their auto chess thing, and it's a lot of fun. It's very like a lot of low maintenance slash like no, I don't. You have to put in brain power for sure, but like I can like relax and like not think too hard when I play that. And I've been playing. I had a kick to play KOF 14 lately, so I got back into KOF 14. That's been a lot of fun. The online sucks, but hey, you do what you can.
Yeah, you have to can't do much during a
Yeah.
global pandemic.
Yeah. And then I played I bought Parappa the Rappa, the HD version of it. I've never played it before, and I bought it like a
Nice.
month ago, and I was like, I want to play through this and see how this goes, and I had a lot of fun with it. And then the other day I was like, I'm gonna try to perfect it and like get all the you have to get like cool on the fucking what do you call it, rating system or whatever, and I was messing with that for like a whole afternoon. And then also Injustice 2 for some reason popped back in my brain, so I was playing Injustice 2 for a little bit. And then Dragon Ball Fighters just because.
There's points where I think about Injustice 2 where I'm like, next time it goes on sale, maybe I can pick it up again and play Black Manta or Sub-Zero, but then I'm like, I'm not a big fan of NetherRealm, so maybe not.
Yeah, I think a mixture of the MK Aftermath trailer and a mixture of I saw and was reminded that Sub-Zero's in that game and he's cool. And I was like, I want to play Sub-Zero in a fighting game, but not MK11 because I don't like him in MK11. And so I was like, I'll play this. I was like, Injustice 2 has him, right? And I was like, oh yeah, and he's so fucking fun. Yeah, and then I played a little bit of Fighters because I was getting ready for UI Goku.
Yeah, he also has one of the best Sub-Zero designs ever in Injustice 2.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
fucking the feathers and shit.
Oh yeah, the ice feathered like
Yeah.
shoulder pads and like
Motherfucker just like, I don't know how else to describe him, like, I don't know, like, that's like the coolest Sub-Zero design next to like Shredder Sub-Zero and the older
Yeah.
MK 3D MKs.
yeah, it's very superhero-esque. Like it feels like a comic book
Yeah.
character,
Yeah,
which I
that's
really
definitely
like.
what they went to, since I think they had not Tim, God, the guy who did Batman the animated series, I think Bruce Timm, I think did.
Oh,
Is it Bruce Timm?
I'll look it up.
I think he had something to do with the Scorpion and Sub-Zero designs in that game. I think that's what I've heard. And if that's
Yeah.
the case, then that makes sense because the Sub-Zero design is godlike and the Injustice Scorpion design is okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I just prefer the MK11 design of Scorpion a lot. I really like that design of him for him.
Yeah.
And it's, it's fine. The Injustice one's fine. It exists. Scorpion's also the only character in Injustice 1 that I want to play because I don't like Injustice 1.
I love Injustice 1. It's one of my favorite fighting games, actually.
That's fair. I just don't like it that much. I think it's just because, like, I don't like the roster.
Oh yeah, well, that's why I like it. I play like Green Lantern is one of my favorite. Green Lantern and like Doomsday are like two of my favorite fighting game characters of all time, like to play. And I don't care for like Green Lantern's like design or like character that much in that game, but like I like his gameplay a lot. And then Doomsday is just awesome to play, and like I've had a lot of fun playing Doomsday. And I liked Black Adam and like I played a lot of Black Adam, and I played a lot of Cyborg and Bane. Bane was a lot of fun, and Solomon Grundy was also fun. The grapplers in Injustice are the most fun grapplers to play as.
The grapplers that
In my
scared
opinion.
me. But I think it's because whenever I played it at club, I played it with Nero, and they always used Solomon Grundy.
Grundy
That-
combo was
And the
scary.
PC version was fucked because every single time we would do like 2 or 3 games, it would just crash on us. Like every time without fail.
Love that.
So that was fun. Yeah. KO 14 is pretty cool. I need to mess around with that game again at some point because I love Kukri.
Yeah, that game has so many the character roster is huge. First of all, so like
Yeah,
you have a lot of
50
characters to play
58.
around with.
58
Yeah, I
characters.
think it's 58. With all the DLC, it's 58. And what's really great about it is like the characters are deep enough to be like interesting, but not so deep that it's like abysmal.
Yeah,
Like I picked up Banderas because I've always wanted to play that character. Because he's Brazilian ninja. And then like I was looking at his stuff and I'm like, oh, there's some shit here that's like kind of complicated. And then I looked up some combo videos and I was like, oh, it's not that complicated, but like you just have to get into like playing how this character is supposed to be played. Like you have to like figure out his rhythm and rhyme. And I was like, oh, this is like really great about KOF. It's like you can pick. I picked up like 3 characters when I got in the game. I repicked up like 3 new characters, like Banderas. I basically wanted to play Team Brazil, which was like Banderas, Nelson, and Zafina. And they like same thing as like all of them are like kind of weird. And once you like look at their tools, you're like, oh, I kind of get like what you're going for and what I need to be doing. But it's difficult enough to be like I have to practice these things and like get timing down, and it's fun.
Yeah, that game is fun whenever I mess around with it. I just never like KOF is one of those games I never understood how to play because I always thought the combo system is really weird.
Yeah.
It's like advanced Street Fighter, I guess, is how I would describe it. Because of how the linking works in that game.
It's very
because it's less lenient than Street Fighter's linkings.
Yeah, it's very like cancel, or 14 in particular is very cancel heavy. It's like you want to hit a big button into max mode cancel, and then from there do any button into like an EX move into a super into another super, or like those kind of things. And I like that a lot about the game, but
Yeah.
it is frustrating because you have to get the timing down and know how like, well, you can't cancel this and this, and like this move you have to input like this, and then some of the motion in that game, like
They're dumb.
oh yeah, on Angel's fucking second super, like I don't know what it's called, but like it's such a like I can never get that motion down while doing a combo. It just my brain just can't comprehend it for some reason.
Yeah, that's another thing, just SNK motions too in that game. Luckily, whenever I played the game, I always played like relatively easy to learn characters because Kukri isn't too bad. Hein, I don't remember being super hard with his inputs. The butler dude, Battle
Yeah.
Butler. And then also Rock Howard, because Rock Howard's fucking amazing, so of course I'm gonna play him.
Garrett, did you ever play Oswald? I feel like you
Yes,
love
I did play
Oswald.
Oswald. I really like him too.
He's so fucking cool.
I love him with his fucking JoJo poses or whatever. At the beginning of
Yeah.
every match when he does his little like. I'm making that noise, but the viewers can easily just look up Oswald at the beginning of a match and then just have that voice and put it over, and you basically just get what Oswald looks like. What a fucking weirdo with his cards. But he's cool though. I think he's like he falls under the archetype that I really like that I was gonna talk about later, but the gambler archetype.
Hmm.
I really like that in games. I like Luxord and Kingdom Hearts is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like using cards and like gambling and like using odds, even though I can never gamble to save my life in real life. But I think the idea of some dude doing like these high risk, high reward things and it paying off is really cool. And cards are also cool weapons, so having a dude be a big weirdo with his cards where he does like rekkas with them is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also a character that mess around with. He's not too bad either, from what I remember. His projectiles are weird because they're DP motions, but like his rekka is
Forgot.
fine.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to talk about what they've been playing?
The FF14 grind is slowing down. I'm still having fun with it, but it's kind of gotten to the point where I just kind of have to like take my time with it, and I can't be like grinding out 5 levels a day now.
Yeah, it takes a while, especially when you hit that point. Definitely duty roulettes always give you like a good level.
Yeah, I think I need to get to the other roulette, the duty find. Or what? I'm trying to remember what it was called.
Yeah, duty finder, I think. You can do that and do like a duty finder for a dungeon, for a random dungeon, and that gives you like a good level.
Yeah, I got the one for the dungeon, and then it's the one after that that I still need to do more of to get that
guild,
roulette.
the guild tests.
Nah, it was like specific enemies. I forgot what they're
Hunting
called.
log.
Yeah.
Hunting log.
Ah,
Yeah, hunting
Moblin.
logs are.
Yeah.
Yeah, hunting log is super worth doing too, because you get good XP from doing that. Yeah, I mean, I'm at this point in the game. I'll explain it a little bit later that like leveling has slowed to a crawl, and my friends are on right now. But by the time I get on, they're probably still gonna be leveling up because they're like level 46, and the next plot is level 49.
Yeah. That, and then James and I did that 3v3 tournament.
Yeah, how was that?
We got smoked. It was fun though. But the people that beat us got first and second, so it makes it feel a little bit better. We still got smoked though. There was like this really good Hilda 9 that was like destroying everybody up to like semifinals.
Oof,
BB
just
that
held a
team
50-50s
is,
and BB tag.
Yeah, basically. You have like Nine's actual 50-50s and then Hilda's really hard to react to offline, so online it's basically a 50-50. Yeah, that team is disgusting, and now I don't know if I want to like spend more time in the BB tag or if I want to like check out one of the new games going to be at EVO between like Killer Instinct, them fighting herds, or Skullgirls.
You got to get on the KI grind with me, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards Killer Instinct though for sure.
I played Killer Instinct when it came out, and I was like, this game is fun. I'm excited to see where this goes. And then I didn't have an Xbox, so I missed like so much KI, and I was like just watching it from a distance. And then they announced KI for Evo, and I literally bought it like right when they announced it, and I booted it up, and I was like, all right, finally, I look at this giant cast of characters. I can play anybody, and I click Omen, and I'm like, fuck. I'm playing Omen? That's what I want to play?
Fucking RNG himself.
I play like Mira, who's just, hey, here's Carmine, but really fucking good.
Yeah.
The only thing is like, oh man, do I want to wait for it to go on sale with the summer sale coming up? But I might just spend the $40, bite the
If
bullet
it
with
goes
it.
on sale, it's gonna go on sale for $10. I think that's normally
Oh.
the price.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
just
And
want
it's-
to play it though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that.
I hear though that you want to get it on the Windows Store because the Windows Store like on the Microsoft official Windows or whatever store, like it runs better online than the Steam version.
Really.
But
Okay.
I only heard it from Max's stream, but I already bought the Steam version.
Yeah, I
'cause
already
I'm
have
not
the Steam
gonna
version.
Go
I
to
got
the
it when it was
Windows
like
Store.
$20.
Yeah.
It sucks because like whenever I got into KI, I'm like, who do I want to play? I'm like, there's all these cool original characters, and I just went straight to Arbiter.
I fucking was gonna say like Garrett was gonna play Arbiter the moment that game came out.
Like, it's like, man, Fulgor looks sick as fuck. He's really cool. He's like a cool Shoto with like a cool gimmick with the ability to do double doubles or whatever. How you can do like,
Yeah.
God damn it, double double. That's a fucking in and out thing. Is it? Or is that a Tim Hortons thing? Anyway, point being.
In and Out had the double.
Point being, he could do his specials twice. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And his whole meter management is like Hakumen, which I think is really neat. And there's all this other stuff. And then like fucking Arbiter gets announced like a few years ago when I saw him, like, oh, I have to play him now. Me and my fucking Halo brain, which I still need to play Halo 2 Anniversary because I have it on PC now. I just haven't started it yet.
I am waiting for it to go on sale before I buy it because I really do want to play. I don't want to play online as much anymore. I feel like I've grown past that Halo online
Yeah, but
experience,
the
but
Halo
I do want to.
campaigns are still really great.
Yeah, I want to play the campaign again. Like I really do. I have an urge to replay Halo 2's like story mode.
You can
Like
buy a Halo 2 on
opening
its
it.
own for $10.
Yeah, and I might do that because I kind of just want to play it, especially with like the they did the whole
Anniversary,
for the
yeah.
Master Chief Collection, the new animations or whatever.
Yeah, by Blur, the guys who did
Mhm.
the cutscenes for Halo Wars.
Yeah.
And they did something else too, I think, recently. But yeah, they look gorgeous from what I've seen.
Oh
I
yeah.
do want to play it again. I just need to find time to, because like I told myself I was gonna beat Halo 1 again before I played Halo 2, and I'm on I'm on the Silent Cartographer, so I'm still like really early on in Halo 1.
Mhm.
Because boy, Halo 1 is kind of rough, but I still like it.
Oh yeah. Mm.
How's the speaking of other stuff with your BB tag tournament? How good was the diversity in the game, like the matches in terms of like characters?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of different characters. We had the Hilda 9. I mean, we didn't really win one game, but just watching
Yeah.
the tournament, there was like a Mitsu S that smoked us too. There was just a bunch of different teams. You know, Phoenix was in it with his, I think it was Yumi, Cat Girl, Blake.
Blake, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a lot of diversity in it, which was pretty cool. I think there was another Adachi Narukami that was like really disappointed that I didn't get to assert dominance to, but next time.
We
One day you'll be the best. You Wadachi.
Like we didn't win one game, but because of seeding, we were already in round 2,
you know what?
so we're not last.
Oh yeah. Anything?
What do you call? Oh, good.
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say BB Tag. I was really hyped when all that new DLC dropped. Like what? Like 5 months ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Susanoo is so fun in that game. Like Susanoo is a lot of fun to play in BB Tag. And Blitz Tank, I love Blitz Tank. Okay. And like I don't care if he's low tier or like
I
garbage
think he's
or whatever.
mid tier.
He's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
And just solely the idea of playing a tank and like having him just be in the game is so fun. And I really like how his combos work. If that like I don't know, his game plan of like hit buttons because they have armor, and if the opponent is hitting weak buttons, you just win. Like I kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
I think the healthiest game thing they did to that game was put a tank in it.
Also, what's it called? I was gonna say something about BB Tag. Fuck.
Well, I guess we have to move on now.
I guess so.
Got him.
I can't remember what I was gonna say. It'll pop up eventually, I'm sure.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Adachi and how you were excited to play Adachi play Adachi
yeah, but I
Hazama,
also
and they had
already
a
talked
quote
about that
together.
the last time we talked about BB Tag.
All right.
I talked about the story of how I don't know if you knew this, but last time, whenever that trailer was getting announced, I was working and I was walking back to the club, and I called Brandon, I'm like, hey, I'm on my way back. Is there any characters that are gonna get me excited? He's like, oh yes, there is. I'm like, okay. And so I got there. I immediately started to die because they showed off Elizabeth and Celica first.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this sucks.
You were the only person
this sucks.
who.
I hate it. And then Adachi showed up and started screaming and like slamming my fist, saying, "It's fucking Adachi. They put him in. They put in my boy."
I think I was at work whenever the Blitz Tank like gameplay trailer came out, and I was like at work like in between doing stuff, like we were just like it was like
whenever they do,
downtime
like,
and
those little bits and things for each new character.
yeah.
Be like, motherfucker, you're at EVO like right next to me.
But when they were showing off his gameplay, I was just sitting there like giggling because like, oh, this character's gonna be fucking stupid, and my coworkers are like, what the hell is Austin? What are you talking about? I'm like, oh, none of you get it. None of you will understand. And like they were like, no, go like try to explain it. And I was like, well, there's a fighting game where you can play as a tank, and then their faces just like, what? Huh?
Not just
And then
any
showing them,
tank.
they're like, I don't get why this is funny. I'm like, you don't understand.
Not just a tank, an ex-Nazi tank. Because it used to be a Nazi, but then Akatsuki fought it, and then he's like, I don't want to be a Nazi anymore because I was forced to. I'm pretty sure that's the actual plot in Blitzkampf with him. is that the tanks were created like with human soldiers, I think, basically against their will, or some shit.
Oh no, I didn't play Akatsuki
It's
Blitzcomp,
wild.
and I'm
I
never
just
going
know
to.
about that, but it's fucking
I
wild.
only
'Cause,
played
like,
it that one time, and it was just really rough.
yeah, it's not great. It's cool. It's interesting,
Give me Gundam, and then I'll play it again.
dude. I want Gundam and BB Tag. She'll be cool.
That's all I played.
Or any of them. Anyway, is there anything else you did, Troy?
Cried about FF14 because grinding is hard, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Make sure you eat your foods and then go on dungeons.
Too much work. I just want to be strong dragon boy already.
Yeah, I feel that. But I'm almost there. When I get to 50, I did stuff told me that he'll take me to where I can get Samurai and Red Mage.
Hell yeah.
So then I can start the life of being a three musketeer. What about you, Xavier? Have you been playing anything?
Recently, I have just been pretty much my days consist of like Animal Crossing and messing with school.
Xavier, you
Nice.
had Animal Crossing, you haven't come to my island yet?
You have an island, Troy?
Dude, what the fuck?
What? No. Troy, you gotta
didn't hear
forgive me.
you
I'm
like
sorry. You gotta forgive me, Troy, please.
Gonna send you my friend code now.
Okay, thank you.
I fucking hate that they still do friend codes where it's like, here's this 20 paragraph long thing to add your friend.
Don't worry about
Just
it.
let me type in Sploogie McNoodle and Sploogie McNoodle Big Butt and then be like, yeah, I want to add Xavier. You know? Just be normal for once, Nintendo, please.
I think my friend name or my name on Nintendo is just Stin, which is so rare because I love having like Stin just be my tag and everything. And then I got in that, I was like, oh great, and now people can just look up Stin, and it's like, nope, they have to
Nope.
look up your fucking friend code.
Here's your under night paragraph. Gotta put it in if you want to add anybody, fucker. But yeah, how goes the crossing and girls?
It's certainly something. My team right now is Fortune Squig.
Oh, you cut out Scorch and Squiggly, and is it just
Oh. Fortune Squiggly, yeah.
Nice. I am also on that grind of trying to learn Skullgirls, and that game is weird.
I'm also getting back into Skullgirls.
Valentine makes sense to me. I'm trying to learn Robo Fortune too, partly because she's kind of cool, but also because of fucking Robo Kai. But
Robo
what?
Fortune is like my favorite. Like, I think my favorite character is Beowulf, because it's fucking Beowulf.
Yeah.
But like Robo Fortune is so fun to play as, and is just like the best girl.
She's weird because she's like almost a Guilty Gear character because she has like the jump combos and stuff.
Yeah.
But it just feels weird to do the jump because like I looked up a combo and it's like do medium punch, heavy kick, jump, medium punch, heavy kick, I think is what it was. I was like, oh god, I have to like get the jumping timing right on that heavy kick at the end of it. But when you hear like the big bass sound, you have to jump.
It's a fun time to learn that, like, those jump combos, because like the heavy kick is probably my favorite button. Like
It's a fucking
that jump
propeller.
heavy kick is like so fucking good on Robo Fortune. Not so good, but I love hitting that button and doing that, and like you have to find that timing and that to do the jump cancel and stuff.
Yeah, how's the yeah, Skullgirls is definitely pretty neat. Anything
Mhm.
else, Xavier?
Sorry about that. I got called to do something. Oh god. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that again.
Don't worry.
I should
about
be
it.
good. Just had to catch my dog.
As you do. In a dog
Sometimes it
household.
just be like that.
Sometimes it just dog like that. Sometimes, you know.
Xavier, accept my friend request.
I will once I get on my Switch.
We
Okay.
got a podcast right now, fucker. Have some form of self-control, please.
Bro, we have islands to visit.
I know that. You also have a podcast, Doctoring.
We
Not
do.
at each other.
I've already
Only
made
legally
a fatal
required.
mistake and not talked during it.
Don't worry about it. Okay, anything else, Xavier, or is that about it?
That's really about it. Like, I guess I could talk about how the learning experience is, because Schoolgirls is really funky. Like, God, I really don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like whenever you get a character that makes sense, it clicks like really hard. Because I feel like I understand what I'm doing with Valentine, but then it's like when I'm trying other characters, I'm like I don't know how this works. How is this character? How does this character?
Yeah, like Valentine's pretty easy because like it's essentially just like these like mini. I don't know if I want to call them rekkas, just like these
Yeah, that's
multi-hit
three hits,
moves
yeah, like
that you
light
can
punch
do
3
real
times.
easily.
Yeah.
For me, learning Misfortune is. I keep being told that Misfortune's like the hardest to learn, but honestly, she's like the character that comes the most natural to me.
Maybe it's because you're already playing like chaos, you know, and she's kind of a puppet character with her head.
Yeah, she's like a really weird puppet character where like I don't even know how to explain it. Her head just like moves around the stage, and like although you have control over it, it's also just kind of bad to have it out sometimes.
Yeah, because you take like a percent of damage, I think, when the head gets hit,
Yeah, it's like 20% or something like that.
because the head takes damage as well.
And then Squiggly, I just kind of picked up on just on the spot, and like I'm honestly really liking her. She has a really weird mechanic where if you charge up her stances, you can use that charge to like cancel a move and go into another move.
Yeah, like a Roman cancel.
Yeah, Roman cancel.
That's
There
what
we
I've
go.
been told it's like.
You ever just forget words?
Yeah, all the
Nah,
time.
never.
That's all I do here. But
Yeah, it's great.
It's Squiggly is pretty cool. What the most important thing though is what color do you use for her?
Hmm.
But yeah.
If it's not the zone tan one
I
or the
think-
light G one, I don't want to hear it.
I think
are
I'm
the
just
only
using the
two I'll
regular one right
accept.
now.
Oh, you coward.
I haven't found a solid color like for Squiggly yet.
Garrett,
Oh.
what
Tan.
For Misfortune though, I use the Madoka Magica color.
Good choice. Good ban here. Good job, X. I'm proud of you. That's a good
Heck
choice.
yeah.
Garrett, what color do you use for Robo Fortune? I want to hear you say it.
Answer the question, Garrett.
Answer the question, Garrett.
Would you like to tell us in front of the class, Garrett?
Yeah,
No.
Garrett. What color do you use for Robo Fortune in Skullgirls?
Robo-Kai.
Yeah, you do.
Of course you do.
It's a cool color, okay? Fuck off.
I swear to you, I'm very upset that EVO is not. We'll probably talk more about EVO Online later, right, Garrett? I'm
Yes.
guessing that's on the subject. Yeah, but I'm upset that EVO is going to be online because I can't sit next to Garrett when Robo-Kai gets announced this year. You don't understand.
God.
Like,
Oh, I talked about that in the podcast on the first episode about the weird bet I made myself for the past like 2 years of like if Robo-Kai gets announced as a character in any new Guilty Gear, I'm just dropping Kai and playing him.
I mean, why would you play Kai at that point? You
Yeah.
have Robo-Kai.
And even then, like Kai sucks now. He doesn't have Greed Sever.
Yeah, and they'll put. So, I have a theory that
They're gonna give
Robo-Kai is going to be old Kai. Like,
Dude,
he's gonna have Greed Sever, and he's gonna play like the older Kai, and that's how they're gonna implement like Robo-Kai being in the game. He'll have some other shit too, but he'll have Greed Sever.
my penis will explode if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would be a good time to actually transition into Evo talk since like I brought up Schoolgirls.
Oh.
Maybe.
I didn't talk about my stuff.
Oh shoot, sorry.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Garrett. It's your podcast. Talk about whatever you want.
Okay, cool. Don't worry,
We
we'll
believe
talk
in
about
you,
EVO
Garrett.
Online very soon. But yeah, for me, I played 3 things. One of them I'm gonna go a little bit about, and the other 2 I played Final Fantasy XIV again, obviously, Hades and Vanquish. Hades is really really good. It's a action RPG roguelike, created by Supergiant Games. It's really fun. All the character designs are really good and really hot. I really like Achilles. The game is really fun and exciting. It's addicting. I usually end up doing like 2 runs at a time instead of just 1, like I normally do with Gungeon, because I'm like, I can do another one real quick. Very good. I recommend it. And Vanquish, which is a Platinum game. I believe it was directed by Shinji Mikami, who did RE4 and some other Resident Evil games, I'm pretty sure. I don't know a whole lot about Shinji Mikami, though, so that's kind of it. But it's an interesting game. I don't know if I like it right now. The easiest way I can describe it... Have any of you guys played Vanquish?
Not. I had a friend who played a lot of Vanquish, but I never played it.
I have not played Vanquish, but I've heard about.
Okay. The way I can describe it, and to make it very short, is that I think it is one of their hypest games, but at the same time, it is also their dullest. Because
Elaborate.
Because you can do some sick ass shit in that game, because it's a third-person shooter character action game. That sounds cool in progress, and like when you think about it, because it's like you have a little boost that you can go around zip around the map really fast with. And then in that boost, you can drop kick enemies and do a backflip off of them. And then that lets you slow down time and do some sick shit, like you can throw a grenade, dash, backflip off of an enemy, slow down time, then shoot the grenade while it's in the air.
Sounds like some Bulletstorm shit.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of bullet time in the game too, because like you can slow down time basically at will. And just shoot stuff super slow and shoot grenades out of the air, which is just so cool, but it's hard. But other than that, it's a very okay shooter. There's not a whole lot of feedback, I would argue, except for like the melee hits. It's hard, and by that I don't mean in a great way, because you die in like 5 hits. Which I don't think works for a character action game when you're trying to do sick shit, because then it incentivizes you to stay behind cover most of the time, rather than doing the cool stuff, which is why I think it's kind of dull.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I'm kind of getting Piano 3 vibes. That's like a little obscure, but it was this action game for the GameCube where like it's really fun at times, but also you're like frail as heck, so you just die in like 2 to 3 hits.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. You're just really frail, which I don't like. I was talking to about my friend yesterday, the day before, and he was just like, yeah, basically you just have to play it as a third-person shooter first and a character action game second, which I started doing, and I started dying a lot less, but at the same time I started having a lot less fun, because it's a very okay shooter when it's being that. It's just not spectacular. But I think a lot of other stuff is cool. The main character's design, Sam, if you ever look at the box art for Vanquish, that's his design, and it's sick as fuck. It's like my favorite Platinum game main character design ever. The music is really good. Apparently it's made by the guy who did the music for Danganronpa, which that music is really good, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of it. Vanquish is a very mixed game for me right now. I'm 2 hours in. Hopefully when I beat it, my opinion will change. But right now, oh yeah, the hype shit. You can also, whenever you beat an enemy, there's a boss that you fight, right? And when you kill it, you start doing an action command where you like churning butter, and you like drill into the enemy with your legs.
Ooh.
Nice.
That sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, it's sick as fuck, because like you get on the enemy and you start spinning, your whole body starts spinning, and you spin through them, and you leave like a massive hole in them. It's cool. Like, I recommend trying out Vanquish, even if I'm giving it a lukewarm opinion, because Platinum games usually are hit and miss, I'd argue. So who knows? People really love Metal Gear Rising, and I think it's pretty okay. So chances are one of you guys might end up really liking Vanquish, even though I think it's pretty okay right now. But yeah, finishing it up.
I will think about it.
Yeah. If it goes on sale every once in a while, so I'd recommend picking it up when it's like 5 or 10. But I've also been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV again. It's really good, and I really, really like it. Playing with my friendos, because Troy started playing it with us, and that's really fun. I am now level 48. Last time we did the podcast, I think I was like in the 20s, maybe. I really like this game. It's fun. It's the first time where I enjoy playing a support character, because I'm a white mage. because
thought
I'm
you said
able to like.
I thought you said sport character,
Yeah,
like
you
a
know,
soccer
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, I'm a football player in this game.
Football?
Could be
Yeah.
a blitzball player from Final Fantasy X, coming soon
Dude,
to
can't
Final
wait for
Fantasy
the next
XIV.
expansion to add the blitzball player, where you get the ability to be racist.
Oh God, no!
And then you have Waka as the guild master, and he teaches you a bunch of different Al-Bed racial slurs as you progress. They don't do anything, like you have them all in your hotbar, and they don't actually deal damage, but it feels good to say them, is what he'll tell you.
They deal mental damage.
Yeah.
They do physical damage. They deal internal damage.
Thank you, Waka. Very cool. But yeah, playing support, so I'm doing White Mage, and it feels really good to heal multiple people rather than like sticking to one like in TF2 or Overwatch, which is what I really like.
Oh
Um,
man.
Again, playing this game is a lot of fun with friends. By myself, I can play for like an hour or two and then be like, I should probably stop. With my friends, I think I play for like 4 or 5 hours at a time. And we usually just make
That's a
dumb
good
jokes
feeling.
the whole time too. I think we made a dumb joke about like there's an enemy called prison pudding, and we're like, what would that taste like? So that was pretty cool. Anyway, moving
Oh.
on. EVO
Garrett, I would
Online.
also like to bring up that I
Yes.
played a lot of Call of Duty Warzone. I don't know if that's important, but I've been playing that a lot. That's like my go-to. Like, I have friends who I meet up and I play that game for like 3 hours at a time, and that's helped me got through quarantine pretty good. But
Hell
I
yeah.
played it for like the first couple weeks, and then I kind of just was like, yeah, it's another BR. I can only like playing for so long.
yeah, that's valid. I think I just like it. I like the difference in this one than other ones is there's no gimmick.
Yeah.
And that like Fortnite has building, Apex has abilities. This one is very like, if you get shot for longer than 3 seconds, you're probably dead. So it's like you need to play like strategic, and you need to play
Mhm.
like you need to play smart. And like not that Fortnite or like Apex ain't smart, but this one is like you can't like, oh, I'm fighting a guy. Oh, he built a wall and a ladder, and now I have to go through the structure now. It's like, it's more of like, okay, I'm shooting this guy. He's shooting at me. We're going to throw some grenades, maybe some smoke, and then one's going to win. That's it. And I kind of like that.
Yeah, no bullshit. Straight to the cuts to the middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but before we talk about Marvel, the main topic, EVO Online got announced this week, and basically it's the same roster of games, I believe, from the original
Except-
EVO, but they added in, they got rid of
No
one of
Smash
them.
Brothers.
Yeah,
No more Smash.
yeah, they removed Smash Ultimate, which I think is fine. I know white people would be mad, but at the same time, like, the community has been complaining constantly about its online and how it's the worst thing ever. So, like, I don't think that's
No, honestly, I was looking like through the Smash community. It doesn't seem like anyone's actually mad because everyone
Yeah, 'cause
was
everyone
saying they
thought
would have
that the
bitched
online
about
was
like,
terrible.
oh, they won because of net play and shitty internet. Like everyone's like, they don't want Smash to be seen like that for its shitty netcode. So I haven't actually like seen any of the Smash community actually salty about it.
Yeah, so that's it is now gone for now. It will come back next year whenever like this shit is taken care of, obviously. It's just you can't play that game online from what I've heard.
Oh yeah, I played that game. So I have a coworker who lives like down the road from me, and he was like, "You want to play Smash Online?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" I haven't fucked with Smash Online, and it was terrible. Like it was really bad, like horrible. And I'll be honest, I don't have an Ethernet cable for my fucking Switch because I never thought I'd play a Switch game online. Uh, but it was bad. It was real bad.
That sounds about right.
Mhm.
But yeah.
You literally can't play it.
I remember I used to play Smash 4 on the 3DS online, and it was hell. I don't
I think the last time I played online was Brawl,
Yeah,
and that was
sounds
terrible.
about right.
But that was also because it was Brawl.
There's a great, I think it's when Donkey reviews the PlayStation All Stars video, or he reviews PlayStation All Stars. He's like, the online in this game's pretty terrible, but it's better than Brawl's online. Okay, Donkey Kong, go left, and he hits left on the stick, and then he cuts back to Donkey Kong on the screen, and like 8 seconds go by, and then Donkey Kong goes left, and it's like that has been the Smash Online experience for like a decade now. Like, it's bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, so in order to replace Smash, they added 4 new games, which are Mortal Kombat 11, which originally wasn't in the original lineup, which is interesting, but I think that makes sense because its netcode is pretty solid from what I remember.
Oh yeah, it's real good.
They also added in Killer Instinct, which hasn't been at EVO for a few years at this point. That wasn't a side bracket.
Huzzah!
And then Skullgirls, which almost was at EVO, but then got screwed over by both Melee and the main people of EVO being like, oh, it's too new. And now we also adding in Them's Fighting Herds, which also uses GGPO, much like Skullgirls. Which I'm super fucking excited for Herds being at EVO. Granted, it isn't in the best, what's the right word? Context? Because it's during a pandemic, but whatever, I'll take it.
I mean, like the negative of like no physical Evo really sucks, cause that's my favorite thing to do every year is like go to Evo, and like the fact that there's not gonna be an Evo to go to really like bums me out. But like this online, like the fact that they were like, hey, look, these games have shitty online. Let's just do them as exhibitions, and we'll have open tournaments for the games that have actually good online. And like Skullgirls is gonna be fucking hyped this year. There's gonna be a ton of people on net play with good connection. And now that fucking Mike Z put in the Wi-Fi meter or whatever,
Oh, yeah, so you can now know.
I can't wait for any kind of fight to happen. And the announcer's gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's playing on Wi-Fi," and the chat's gonna make fun of him the whole time. Like it's gonna be hype. And then KI, like KI making it's gonna be fun, and them fighting Herds, which I don't care to play. It's also hype that it's gonna be there. It's gonna be good.
I'm so excited, dude. For that Herds is getting a lot of love right now.
Yeah.
It's been like in the background for the past like 2 years since it came out in early access, and now that it's gold, and now that it's out, people are now buying more of it now because of the announcement at EVO and being like, wow, this game's actually fun. Like, no shit. Like, maybe you should have played it instead of being like, I hate pony game.
It only took 3 years for Herds to finally be recognized.
Yeah.
I remember Garrett coming into meetings with Herds and be like, guys, let's play Herds, and I was like, I don't want to play a pony game, and I played it for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, this game's kind of fun. I just don't have a character right now, and like I don't want to buy this because I didn't see there's no character that I was like vibing with, but like the game is cool, and like I'm happy that it's getting representation and getting like played on a big like wide setting, and GGPO winning just helps everyone in the end.
Yeah, and then showcasing how important rollback is during a fucking pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Dude, this is the like Riot is making the they're making like the League of Legends fighting game or whatever with the Cannon brothers, who like the guys who made GGPO. So like this is the year to announce the Riot fighting game on GGPO with like, hey, it's gonna have big support and it's gonna have a ton of characters and it's gonna be like the next big fighting game and it's gonna be on GGPO. Like this is the time to announce that game.
Yeah, big announcement. I wonder how... What's it called? I wonder how it's going to play. If it ends up being like Rising Thunder, I'm probably just going to play it once because it's like, oh, it's a new fighting game, and then never touch it again.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of League, so like a lot of characters I like. I love a lot of League of Legends characters, so like I'd be really interested to see how they get implemented into a fighting game, and like I could get really into like if it's built well and is interesting, I could be really like not easily persuaded to be into a Riot Games fighting game, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Since we talked a little about EVO Online, would you guys like to talk about...
Can I do one more thing about EVO Online that I'm upset about? I'm upset that I can't be at Mandalay Bay to hear KOF 15 get announced.
Oh yeah.
Because the KOF 15 like logo announcement was super hype, and I could not imagine being at Mandalay Bay and then being like, all right, we have a special announcement from SNK, and then fucking KOF 15. Like that's the only thing I'm gonna miss.
Yeah, because we can't lose our voices anymore for fucking announcements. Because I'm pretty sure I almost lost my voice because of fucking Guilty Gear.
Oh man, dude, when that Guilty Gear trailer played, dude, I lost my sanity for a second because it looked so good. Like the ego transition into the fight, and they were like, it just looked phenomenal. And like that's like for me, that's the reason I go to EVO anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I love hanging out with my friends, and I love going to the event, and I love competing a little bit. But like honestly, like Sunday with all the grand finals and all the announcements, it's like the thing that I love to be at
Yeah,
EVO
and then
for
you can
because like
drink, so it's even more rowdy than it used to be.
because like when Skullomania got announced was fucking hype, and then Geese Howard getting announced for Tekken was hype. When I said put it Hal Maru and Samurai Showdown, you cowards, and then Hal Maru's trailer played, and I was like, I did it. When Blitztank scrolled onto the screen, oh man, announcements at EVO are always the best part.
Yeah,
I'm also just more excited for with all the new GGPO games coming out, being at EVO. You know, Eunice and Granblue, whose net play or net code is still pretty bad, especially under Night. Granblue's is acceptable, but it's not great. Like, if that's going to start pushing for, hey, put GGPO in your games, because everyone's going to see the difference, right?
Oh,
with
yeah.
Skullgirls, Dims fighting herds, and then these big games that still have not great netcode. It's like little wishful part of me thinking like, hey, maybe they'll put GGPO in it, but
I saw a joke that made me really sad because it's probably gonna happen. It's like if they do a online Evo Japan, and it's like it's only done in Japan, so they're like, oh no, delay-based netcode's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the thing that sucks. Like delay based works for Japan because Japan isn't as big as the U.S. So like a delay based netcode just works because it's like, oh, you're not playing from people who are that far away. Whereas like in the United States, like if you go boot up fucking Dragon Ball Fighters, I'm more than likely playing a guy in California or New York or in fucking Pennsylvania or whatever, and it's like, oh, I have to play against someone who's like thousands of miles away, and delay based just fucks me up, and I can't do anything, and it's hard to play on.
I remember when quarantine first started and I was messing around in Uniclear online just because I had nothing to do. And like every match I would have at least like 6 frame delay, and it was just kind of
Not
painful to
playable.
play.
It's not the same game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's all gonna get like exposed at EVO when everyone kind of sees like these big games with like really bad netcode.
I'm actually hoping for a grand finals or a like top 8 match that has really bad lag, because like if that happens when so many people are watching, it'll just push the developers to be like, shit, we need to do something about this.
Hell yeah.
It's either that or they're just gonna put such heavy restrictions on it that unless you know it's gonna be a pretty smooth match, that you're just not gonna be able to participate.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's what a lot of online tournaments do anyways. But
Yeah, so I guess it just depends.
yeah.
But hopefully that does happen and we get more delay-based. Speaking of delay-based, we've been delaying. Talking about Marvel, baby. Good segue.
I don't know how long this intro has gone.
Well, technically it's not an intro, because we also talked about EVO.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Garrett
So-
made the
Oh my
foolish
gosh.
mistake of putting me on a podcast with him because he knows that I love the bullshit and talk.
Dude, same. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we've been going for a while, but now we get to talk about Marvel, baby. Specifically, if you've never ever heard of Marvel vs. Capcom, 1, I hate you. 2, it's a series created by Capcom in collaboration of Marvel. It started off with Marvel superheroes, then went on to X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and then became Marvel vs. Capcom 1, which is very okay.
The experience that I have playing Marvel vs. Capcom 1, and I apologize if I'm jumping here for everybody else, but in Denton, where I went to college, there was a bar that had a Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine, and during finals week, I would go to that bar every other night and just play that to like clear out my mind, and it was jank as fuck. Like, I don't know, like I can't get behind how Marvel 1's supposed to be played.
Yeah, no, same. The thing that pros me for a loop is why, because this also works in Marvel 2, that with Marvel 1, your assist is random. I hate that. You don't get to choose your assist. It's like, yeah, here's Arthur. He's your assist now. It's like, what? Can I just get a fucking a Gambit assist? No. You get Arthur.
Arthur, it's nothing.
Yeah, here's Iceman.
Did you want Devilot? You get Devilot. Did you want that?
Hey, here's Thor. Here's your Thor assist that you don't want. Iceman? Yeah, here you go. I hear you can, when you go to the assist menu, it's what button you press. Like, you can hit a certain combination of buttons to get assist.
That sounds
But even
bullshit.
then, I hit light punch and heavy kick, and I get fucking I don't get Sentinel, I get fucking random Capcom character I've never heard of, which is cool, but the assist sucks, so what's the
I
point?
love getting U.S. Agent for the 3rd time in a row.
That's exactly what I wanted in a Capcom game. Anyway, that game is really jank. You know what game isn't jank? Marvel vs. Capcom 2, baby!
I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Like, probably my favorite video game of all time, Garrett. And I think we've talked about this for hours. Like,
What's another
dude,
few?
it's the best fighting game probably ever. And I don't like making absolute statements, because I feel like it's a very this is a very biased statement, of course, but like, dude, the roster is so fun, and like, dude, I get to play as Dalsum against fucking Blackheart. What game lets you do that shit? And then like, Dalsum is kind of whack and has some crazy shit, and like, Justin Wong plays Dalsum now, and like, he's shown like Dalsum is like a character that has shit now, and if you build a team around Dalsum, it's possible, and like, it's cool. Like, that game has such a fun variety of cast, and like the whole gameplay of it is a lot of fun to play. What was I gonna say? Like, and like, high level play is like, rather, I wouldn't say strict, but like, there's maybe 8 characters in high level play that are viable that you play to win, right?
Yeah.
But like, even then, that's fun to watch. Like, Battle of the Strongest is like my favorite tournament to watch that I will go back and rewatch, because like, the gameplay is so fun, and like, even though I'm seeing every player have a Sentinel on their team, Sentinel is a fun character to watch do shit. And also, the sound effects of Sentinel doing Rocket Punch are like my favorite sound effects of all time. I just fucking love the Rocket Punch. Like, oh, it's so fucking hype, dude. Yeah, Marvel 2 is great, guys. The music is good. The character designs are good.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
Like,
that. It does something unique compared to all the other Marvel vs. Capcom games, because Marvel 1 does it where they have character themes. 3 and Infinite have character themes, but 2 doesn't. 2 is just, here's straight jazz.
which is the best fucking fighting game music of all time. Like,
Yeah, it's
I
really
love
good.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. I love listening to Marvel 2 music just like in the background. It's really like fun and energetic, and like some of it's really like relaxing and chill. Like, the training room music is probably the best training room music that's ever existed. And to be fair, most fighting games don't have like really great training room songs, but like the boom doo 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 doo, like, it's so
Yeah, it
great
helps you,
to listen.
it helps you do a motherfucking Infinite.
Yeah. God, and dude, if I could, I would pay so much money to Capcom to own the rights to Amingo.
I was gonna bring that up at some point, motherfucker. Every time you talk
Amingo-
about it, you're like, if I could own Amingo, I would.
Cause like, Amingo's not in anything, and Capcom, quote air quotes, owns Amingo. But dude, like, Amingo's not in any game. He was supposed to be like a Darkstalkers character or something, but like, he's not, and like, he doesn't exist in anything. So like, what guy in Capcom's like, man, Amingo, we're gonna put him in something, but he's not in anything. And I'm like, I just want to own Amingo.
What would
And,
you
like,
do with the
he-
rights? Like, if
Like-
you're saying, man, I hate how they're not doing anything with Amingo, and if you just buy Amingo to own him, you're literally not much better.
No, look, if I had the ability to own Amingo, I would create a fighting game that could just feature Amingo. Amingo would be the Ryu of that fighting game.
Only Amingo.
Oh,
Only one character in the fighting game is just Amingo.
He's so cool, man. He's like living anthropomorphic cactus
Yeah, with
from
a sombrero.
Mexico, and with a sombrero, and he has like really cool buttons that are like, he does like his heavy punch is like the flower punch, where like his arm becomes a giant like cactus flower, and like he has the he like morphs into like a turnip or some shit when he does his quarter circle thing. He has the the super where he puts up the little plant and he eats you and he does like the come on everybody, let me do the conga, and then he shoots you out. Like it's the best. He's the fucking best character, you know?
He's pretty cool.
I hate that he's not super viable.
Yeah, I think there's 3 characters specifically made for Marvel 2. It was him, Ruby Hart, I think is the name of the pirate girl.
Yeah, Ruby Hart.
And then the Sun Wukong girl. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, her name is just Sun.
Sun? Okay, yeah. So it's those 3 that were added in specifically for Marvel 2, which is unique too, because that's the only. I think this is the only Marvel vs. Capcom game that has unique characters. Because
Marvel 2.
New.
I think this is the only game with unique characters.
Yeah.
Oh wait, doesn't Infinite have like?
I mean, Ultron
the
Sigma,
combination of
count.
Ultron Sigma.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
I mean, like
I'm
playable.
not counting that.
Because and also this also has a unique final boss of Abyss.
Oh, Abyss is so fucking cool.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't like him.
No, I love Abyss, dude.
I don't think Abyss is that
so
cool. I think he's kind of lame.
I love Abyss, dude. I love his like big armored form and then like the stupid goo form with the ha 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 laugh.
God, I hate that. I hate that form. Fighting that form so much.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. And then like the big like demon dog form that you fight at the end. Yeah, I love. Like, I'm sorry, like Garrett, I'm gonna hog this whole section, but like I love Marvel 2 so much. Like, music is good, the characters are good, the gameplay is just fun. Like my team was fucking Charlie, Cyclops, and Ken, and it was just like the most fun I've ever had. Like I just love learning that game and practicing the character in that game. And like Sabretooth is fun in that game. Super Samurai is fun in that game. Fucking Mega Man is cool. Strider's a ton of fun. Jill has the fucking Tyrant level 3 that no one knows about that is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
sorry,
Jill
guys.
Specifically in Marvel 2 is really cool. I never play her, but I think her idea of her character using like zombies and shit as like set play is pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of fun of like in a more balanced fighting game, Jill would be like a top tier character because all of her thing is based on like hard knockdown into setup, but like they didn't balance Marvel 2 obviously.
Because it's Marvel 2.
There's a reason there's 8 characters that are in the top tier that are viable. But yeah.
Yeah, I know one of my friends like loves Jill in Marvel 2 specifically, just because of like how unique she is as a character and how she's like Rushdownish kind of, but also having like her own little projectile stuff. Yeah, I think for me when I play the game, I do Gambit definitely. He's always on my team because Gambit's fun as fuck in that game.
Yeah, Gambit's so fucking cool too.
Oh yeah, it's Gambit. Hayate, I think is his name. Hayato from
Hayate.
Star Gladiator, which is a terrible game. Never play it. I hate it.
Oh, it's so terrible. I think we played it once at club, and I think me and you, Garrett, I think it was us two playing it, and we like hit buttons like, this is ew. Like we were just like grossed out by it. Like,
really bad. But Hayate is really cool. And I love his design. It's just he came from an awful game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Gambit, Hayate, and was it another Capcom character? Who did I play? Fuck, I just played Marvel 2 like earlier this week. I can't remember who my other character was.
Hold on. I can guess this. I can figure this out. So Garrett, you played. You think it's a Capcom character, right?
I think.
Okay. So, was it Captain Commando?
No.
Okay. Was it Roll?
No.
Fuck.
I can't remember who it was though. That's the problem. Now I remember. It wasn't a Capcom character. It was Captain America. I'm dumb.
Captain America is fun. Okay, I'm gonna bring up the story now that I love to bring up about Marvel 2, which was when I was in high school. I used to when I got my first like laptop from like my family of like, hey, here's your computer for whatever you want. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I can play video games. I downloaded a emulator, which sorry guys, you can't buy Marvel 2 in any legal capacity, so I have to use an emulator. You can come arrest me if you want. But I bought an emulator, or not bought, I downloaded an emulator for the Dreamcast version to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I was in I don't remember what class it was. It was some bullshit class at the end of the day of high school. And what I would do is I would set up my laptop and I would play Marvel 2 with my Xbox controller, and I would just like hang out and play Marvel 2. And then eventually, people in the class were like, "Oh, this game looks fun as fuck," and they would come and join. And by the end of that like year, the whole class like got into a big like 16-man tournament, and like we played a Marvel 2 tournament, and it was so fun, cause like everybody had developed like their own like strategy of like, oh, I like these characters, I'm gonna play these. But then people learned like the bullshit. Like everyone knew that Sentinel was the best character in the game, so like they would all pick Sentinel on their team for the Sentinel assist, but also like they all knew like he had good combos and he had armor, so you could go through the most shit. But there was like guys who were like, dude, Blackheart, I got him. That's my character. And then one guy was like, Captain America, that's my character. I knew a guy who played 2 Wolverines and Sentinel, and it was just like so fun of a tournament because like the variety of gameplay and like watching a closed group of people like slowly develop a meta. And like I remember like the week of the tournament happening, people were talking about like, dude, I don't think Chun-Li's that good. And dude's like, dude, nah, Chun-Li's pretty solid. She's got some combos. Like, nah, man, you can't combo that fucking super. And I was like, dude, you guys don't give a shit about fighting games, and you're talking about like your Marvel vs. Capcom 2 like tier list. Like, it was so cool.
It's the beauty of Marvel vs. Capcom, baby. It brings people together.
Yeah, and that's like what I think is great about the whole series, like the series as a whole is like. You have normal, like I say normies, like people who don't play fighting games that look at like a game where you can play as Captain America, Hulk, Iron Man, and they're like, oh, I get to play as fucking Iron Man? That's cool. And they'll play it, and then they're like, oh, who the fuck are these Capcom weirdos? Oh, this guy looks kind of cool. And they put him on their team, like, oh, I kind of like fighting games. And they learn the like combos and like learn how the game plays. And then like the guy who like started, he's like, I'm only gonna play fucking Gambit and Sabretooth. Quit those 2 characters immediately because he's like, these aren't fun. And he was playing like Akuma, Blackheart, and Sentinel, and I was like, that's a cool team. And he's like, yeah, I like, and he like explained why he picks his team. It's like, oh, it's interesting. Like, it's fun seeing people like develop the meta, and like I think it's a great like intro game for people who are new to fighting games because like you get to play characters you kind of know, and then you find some new guys that you might like.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that really bothers me of Marvel 2 is how it does its buttons. There's like light, heavy, which is fine, but then like medium is light, and then you get a medium punch. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of vibe with that button setup, but I get why it's kind of bad. Because I don't want to hit light to get a medium punch. I just want to hit medium punch.
Yeah.
But
so whenever I heard light punch, medium punch with fucking Infinite, I always thought that he was just being dumb on purpose. I'm like, oh, it's light punch, heavy punch. No, it's actually light punch, medium punch. I have been lied to myself this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I fucking love Marvel vs. Capcom 2, guys. It's my favorite fighting game ever. It's one of my favorite video games ever, and like, it's just so fun. I can't stress how much I love that game. And yeah. Play Surfbot. He's got nothing. He's not good, but he's fun to play.
I wanted to mention Surfbot.
I remember because in the Dreamcast version you have to like play to earn points to then buy characters in the shop, right?
Yeah, my brother owns the Dreamcast version, and we've actually played it, and like we spent like a week unlocking everything. And I remember unlocking Surfbot, and I'm like, wow, he's gonna be great, and then he's just nothing.
Like I remember being a kid and like as a kid playing the game in like a small arcade in my hometown. I always played Mega Man, Captain America, and Spider-Man. So like, oh, I like Mega Man, that guy looks cool, and then Spider-Man and Captain America because they were like superheroes. But then I don't remember Surfbot ever existing. So when I was unlocking characters, like, what the fuck is a Surfbot? Because I didn't play Mega Man Legends or whatever he's in. And I was like, oh, this character he's like a little like robot guy. He looks kind of adorable. I'll play him. And just on it, like the moment I put him in the game, and I was like, oh no, this is the worst character I've ever played as. Nothing combos into anything. His supers are terrible. He like dies in 3 hits.
He chops potatoes though.
He's great though. You can peel potatoes as a normal.
You can chop carrots, I think, is one of the other ones.
He tosses up the tablecloth, dude. That's his launcher. I love Surfbot. That's like an adorable character, but terrible to play as.
Not the best Marvel character, because Marvel vs. Capcom character, because we'll get there with Marvel 3. But Marvel 2 is great.
It's so fun, dude. It's just so fun. Like, I love that game a lot, and like I have a ton of fun learning the characters that aren't very good. Like
Yeah.
Mara has, I think it's called Giddy Up, where she jumps on you and like pulls you by your hair and like rides you around for a little bit, like it's like a command grab. It's so terrible, but it's like that's a cool thing. Can you set it up? Never. Can you combo into it? Why would you be able to? You're playing Marrow, but it's cool to have.
Hell yeah. I also really like the announcer in Marvel 2. I think that's another really great announcer from the Marvel series. Just like how chill he is. How it's like
Get ready
Marvel,
to kick butt.
Yeah, Marvel versus Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes.
Oh yeah.
He's just chilled out and he's ready to have a good time. And like whenever you win, he's like, I almost had a heart attack.
Don't you want a rematch when you lose a match? Oh, it's so hype. And his yeah when you get like a combo is oh, it's good.
Engage.
Yeah. Announcers in Marvel vs. Capcom are usually really good. Usually.
Yeah.
We'll explain the bad one in a minute.
Yeah, have we hit every point in Marvel 2?
I think so. Like touched on the diversity a bit, maybe.
I could what do you mean like touch on the diversity? Like talk about how there isn't diversity?
Yeah.
Oh.
My biggest issue with the Marvel 2 roster, it's my second favorite roster in the series. My biggest reason why it's my second favorite is because there's not a whole lot of diversity, because it's like it's like 50 something, 48 characters, I think, 40 something, 50 something.
Yeah, something
But
like that.
literally 20, 30 of those characters are Street Fighter Alpha characters and X-Men.
Or X-Men, yeah. Okay.
And that's
Which
it. And that's my biggest
I will
issue. It's
say-
like I have to search super hard to find characters that I'm somewhat interested in, because I'm not super big on X-Men and I'm not big on Street Fighter.
I guess that's a good like that's a good point. I will say I enjoy playing Dan in a fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 2 game. But yeah, I can see that. A lot of the characters are X-Men or Street Fighter characters. Like I know people play Bison, but I don't see a reason why Bison or Dalsum were in the game really. They're cool as fuck now that they have shit like that people have figured out. But like, yeah, those are kind of weird picks for me. And like Sakura is in the game.
Yeah, probably because it's
And,
Alpha.
like,
I
Yeah.
think it's because they had the sprite and they're like, yeah, we can put her in.
Yeah, and it's like yeah, I would say like I would say the Capcom side is definitely weaker than the Marvel side in this game.
Yeah, just
'cause,
because
like,
of the sheer amount of Street Fighter characters in it.
yeah, and a lot of the characters in the Capcom side are really like they don't have a lot of tools.
Yeah.
There's a reason that like in the 8 viable characters, 7 of them are Marvel characters, and the last one is Captain Commando. Like and even then like Captain Commando is only viable because of the fucking Captain Corridor assist. Or Captain Zoro. But like the X-Men characters were like the X-Men characters that were cool, like Cyclops and Storm and Sentinel and Magneto, like need to be in that game. But like Marrow, no one asked for Marrow. No one really cares. I mean, I wanted Sabretooth, but I could see Sabretooth not being like a popular enough character to be in a game. Fucking Amingo being a new character, it's great, but like
Yeah, I'm fine with
Do
new
we-
characters being in there. It's just like,
yeah.
I don't want to have to like go through the roster to be like, oh wow, the X-Men character, cool, and just keep scrolling by. Like, I mean, they're fun to play, and that's not my like
Yeah.
issue. It's just like I wish there was more diversity with like, because like you can definitely like do more like Iron Man villains, like add in Whiplash, Moon Knight.
Oh,
could be
Whiplash
cool.
would be cool. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like, and this was the '90s too, so you could have done Punisher. 2000s is you could have done Punisher.
Yeah.
Nick Fury.
Oh, Nick Fury would be cool.
There's like a lot of like more unused characters, like untapped, I would argue.
Yeah. I think
the roster is
Marvel
still good though. I still think it's a solid roster. It's just not my favorite.
I think Marvel 3, to your point, and we'll talk more about the roster, is a better diverse roster. And like there's much more variety of characters and variety of like types of characters. And we can go in more in detail when we get into Marvel 3, but Marvel 2, I really like the Marvel 2 roster, and I think the Marvel 2 roster is a lot of fun to play and like go through. Because it does feel very 90s, early 2000s of that era.
Yeah, you can tell because of all of the fucking Todd McFarlane ass characters in there.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man and Venom.
Venom.
Blackheart. Blackheart's a fucking Ghost Rider villain, and there's no Ghost Rider. Like, excuse me?
in it, and Blackheart was cool as fuck.
Like you can tell.
Wasn't
that
Blackheart in the first game as well?
Yes.
Which is really weird.
Yes, he is in the first game because I guess they wanted Marvel villains, but they just picked Blackheart. Which he's cool, but like you can tell that this is the 90s. But yeah, Marvel 2, pretty cool. But then
Go listen to the
series is
soundtrack. The
dormant.
soundtrack.
Wait, what?
Go listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack is the best part of that game.
Yes. Look up the soundtrack right now if you haven't. It's very good. Very good jazz. Then the series is dormant for like 10 years, I think. And then in 2011, I think, is whenever they released Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But we're not talking about that version, because that version sucks. It is not good. Jump forward 6 months, because this was during the dark ages of Capcom. And we get Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is my favorite Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Which there is one solid reason why it is your favorite Marvel vs.
hate you.
Capcom game, and I'm going to bring it up because I knew that this had to be brought up. The fact that a character exists in that game whose name is Virgil,
Yeah, Virtual's really cool.
and you love Virgil, and he is probably the best character in that game. And also the character called MODOK, and who gives a shit about MODOK?
I fucking hate you.
Garrett's already dying at the mention of MODOK. Oh god.
Oh man. Slight story time before we go more into like why this game's great.
It was with you, right?
Yeah, it was
When I
with
had
me.
to pause the game for like fucking 5 minutes.
we're at a get together and we're like, let's play some Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The group was like, yeah, we haven't played it in a while. Let's boot it up. And we boot up the game and we look at the roster and we're like, I haven't played this game in years. And we're like going through and picking characters. And Garrett goes, oh yeah, fucking MODOK, and he starts laughing at just MODOK because. If you don't know anything about the character of MODOK, MODOK is a giant fucking head that sits in a chair with tiny little legs and tiny little arms. And he is the goofiest, dumbest character ever. And then Garrett's like, I'm gonna play as MODOK. And he boots up the character and picks him. And he's going to the colors. He's like, wait, what's his alternate? He clicks on it and it's a fucking Elvis Presley MODOK skin. And Garrett may have laughed for 8 minutes straight, like just like couldn't control himself of like how stupid MODOK looked.
I had to pause the game. I didn't remember being like, oh, what's this one? I look at the MODOK skin, I'm like, this is so fucking stupid, I'm gonna play him. And then I start trying to talk. But the second MODOK shows up, he's like, fools! I immediately like break down, and I'm like it's my, I don't know how to describe it. James describes it as a lawnmower laugh. It's wherever I just break down and I start cackling for like a super long time.
And MODOK, like, the thing that's funny about MODOK is the design, of course, but like the real comedy is the voice acting work of die, fool! And like his whole like arms and legs like wobbling around when he does anything, and he's like psionic blaster, and it's just the most goofy, nasally, nerdy voice ever, and it's the best. Like, fuck yeah,
Double
put
check who
MODOK
did
in the
the
next
voice.
game.
I remember figuring out who did the voice for MODOK and being like, what the fuck?
I'll look it up.
I'm looking it up right now, don't worry about it.
um,
Because he did other shit too that I know of, and I'm like, oh my god, did he really fucking do that?
he's the like, and MODOK, and let's talk about MODOK as a character. MODOK is a really stupid Marvel character. I'm gonna fucking say it, and if anyone wants to get mad at me, you can.
He's the fucking dumbest.
Like MODOK's
Go
whole
for
thing, MODOK's whole thing is he's just a super smart guy whose brain got so big that his head became giant, and he now has little arms and legs. He has to sit in a chair because he can't move around because his brain's so goddamn big. And like, not an interesting character. Or I would say not an interesting character.
Okay, I know why I thought the voice actor for MODOK is fucking funny.
Wait, why?
Have you seen Bleach?
Yeah.
Yeah, he voices Renji.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Renji Ibarra is voiced by MODOK. I'm not joking, I just looked it up.
What do I do with this knowledge?
You die
You
like
suffer.
I did.
MODOK is not an interesting character in the Marvel comics, I'll say. But what they did was like, all right, let's make MODOK a weird zoner, like utility character. I say utility, like he has like the fucking analyze cube and the booger.
Cube.
Like he's got like these fun projectile things that are just like interesting.
He's so
And,
fucking
like-
bad.
Oh yeah.
He's like one of the worst characters in that game. Like, I remember looking at it. He has like he doesn't have a level 3. That's one thing. He has one good super, and that's the Blazer Beam one. Even then, that's not very good. His other one is like MODOK Rodeo or something. I forgot what the actual name is called.
MODOK Rodeo.
I want to say that's the name. I can't remember what the name of it exactly is. It's where like he goes up and you can like control how he moves. And it does like it's awful. Every time I use it, I'm like, how the fuck do I do this super? This super sucks, and so I never use it. Whenever I mess around with MODOK.
It's called a hyper battering ram.
Okay, so it's not MODOK Rodeo.
MODOK Rodeo. No, yeah, like, and I think that's like the strong point of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is like they take characters
There's so
that are
many
really
weirdos
weird.
in that game.
Yeah, they take weirdos and then make them really fun.
Like fucking Taskmaster.
Oh my god, dude!
What's his fucking ability? Oh yeah, he can just memorize shit. Like that's his ability. He just has a really good memory.
But dude, when you see that counter super for the first time, you change as a person.
You start maining Taskmaster when you get Son of Black Knight.
Taskmaster was one of my mains when I first started out when I was like 12 or something.
Cool. Especially
So
with his
fucking
alt
cool.
color. Oh, I love his alt color so much. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, man.
Or
Spidey swing.
Spidey swing. Just
Aim of
like that.
Hawkeye.
I love how they give him a Boston accent in that game. I don't know why. I don't think he's ever had a Boston accent in anything else. 'Cause I'm
We're
pretty
in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like in the Spider-Man game, he has like this super serious gravelly voice, and then this one is like, "Oh, you want some pointers?" I don't know how to do Boston accent, but just pretend I did, and it was funny.
The thing. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I meant to bring this up in the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 segment, but like, the thing that makes Marvel vs. Capcom for me so special is voice lines, and like, 2 has some great ones of like Rocket Punch or Captain Soda or like ha ha from Storm. Like the voice lines are great in that game, but like Marvel 3 has the way better voice acting like catalog, and just the best like one line quotes that are said by characters. Like all of Taskmaster's lines are just great.
Secret move, Son of Black Knight.
Yeah.
I
Or like
love that super so much. Slashes you a bunch, shows up behind you, pulls out a gun. It's so fucking sick, dude. Oh. Anyway,
Or
what
like-
were you saying, Xavier?
yeah,
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
was just gonna add a little note. Like, I remember I tried to learn a little more about Taskmaster, like lore wise, and like, he's supposed to be a serious villain, just because like you can't really do anything against him because he already knows what you're
Yeah.
gonna do. I don't know. It's just really funny what they did with him in Marvel 3, and I kind of love it.
Goober. Because, like, I remember reading at some point that, like, there was a point in one of the reboots where Taskmaster would always learn whenever he memorizes something, he would forget something in his actual life.
That's kinda cool.
And so his, like,
That's
wife...
really fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, his wife was like, please remember this one thing. Like, his wife is trying to make sure he remembers their marriage or something. It's something
Really
like that, where, like, every time he memorized something, he would forget something in return.
Honey, do you remember our anniversary? And he looks and goes, Aim of Hawkeye.
Please, you remember how to get to the soccer practice to pick up our son Dylan? Spidey swing!
And like that extent, like everything we're saying about Taskmaster and MODOK extends to the entire cast of that game. Of like every character has like a really great voice line or a voice like actor, and has great like just character. Like they're just every character is really unique in this game. Like fucking
Dude,
Akuma.
fucking Jim Cummings voiced MODOK in the original Iron Man cartoon.
Wait, really?
Yeah, apparently.
Frank West is honestly a really fun character.
Frank West is so
Oh,
with
fucking
like his
fun in that
weird
game.
level up gimmick.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry
yeah.
to interrupt.
No, go ahead. That's good.
Okay, yeah. Like Frank West is weird to play at first, but like once you get it down and like take those pictures at the end of
Yeah.
combos, he's just like really fun.
He's really fun and really easy
Oh, yeah.
once you understand how he works. Because like it's just like
Yeah,
also he has the Gordo slide for his
he
2H.
does.
So it's like light, medium, heavy, Gordo slide, special, medium, medium, heavy, special, take a picture, super. That's my B&B
Yeah.
for him. Super simple, and it does a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, and like, excuse me, his whole like leveling system is really interesting and like unique for like that character, and like, it's very simple. It's like that's how you implement the whole like I almost said Devil May Cry. What do you call it? Dead Rising. The whole Dead Rising like gameplay of like leveling up your weapons and getting better shit. It's very unique and very interesting and like cool. I like that. And it was like, I never played Frank. I never thought he was that cool in 3, but like that's a cool gimmick. And then you have like fucking Phoenix with the whole like,
Oh yeah.
here's how you play Phoenix. Get
Die.
5 bars a meter and die. And
then you can-
apparently that killed the meta, but it was cool as fuck.
Dark Phoenix is sick, but also like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
my
think I
favorite-
played against
Yeah. What?
I think I played against you, Garrett, when we were first playing, and you're like, you've had MODOK, Virgil, Dark Phoenix. And it, or no. You had MODOK, Phoenix, right? And I think you had MODOK, Phoenix, right, and Virgil. It was Paul who had Phoenix on his team, and he would just stall, get 5 meters, and then just let me beat him, and then he would have Dark Phoenix. He would just win. I was like, all right, I had fun.
Yeah, my favorite thing happened one time. Me and Paul were playing, and I remember I think I had Virgil left, and he activated Dark Phoenix. I did. It was level 3 X Factor Virgil Devil Trigger with his level 1 super, the Dimension Cuts, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the swords.
Yeah, and the chip damage was so strong that whenever he blocked as Dark Phoenix, he just died.
that definitely sounds like Virgil.
Like, I love
Like from
okay,
full health, I'm pretty sure too.
I'll bring this up now. So in Marvel 2, there are 8 viable characters. In Marvel 3, there are like 30 viable characters, but there's 4 characters that make that game just like
Yeah, a living hell.
I'll quote Maximilian in the way he described it forever ago. 4 characters make this game fucking kindergarten, which is like Virgil, Dante, Zero, and like Doom, where it's like your game like you have infinites, you have high damage combos, you build a ton of meter, and you just win. Like any of those 4 characters are just like winning characters and are super like so fucking good that like all the other viable characters are like second rate to them.
Yeah, which is why the Zero May Cry meta was a thing.
Oh my gosh, dude, I hate Zero May Cry so much, but like I respect it because like the game plan is just like I get you in a situation and then I just win. And it's like, okay, you got me. I would hate to play against it, but I respect it.
Lightning loops, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of gameplay, what do you guys think about X Factor?
X Factor's honestly really, I like it a lot. Like even if it's a little broken at times, mainly I'm talking about Virgil mainly when I say that, but like I think it's a fun way to like be able to come back from a match and like turn the tables on your opponent if they're like in the lead or something.
Yeah. So Troy, with X Factor, you played it like for like 2 minutes today, but basically it's Resonance from BB Tag.
Okay.
It's like Resonance on like crack.
All right.
Yeah, so you know how
Like-
in BB Tag you have to build resonance by like doing assists and playing with your team?
Yeah.
X Factor is just die.
Yeah, it's like I've played 2 minutes of 3 and like 5 minutes of Infinite. That's all my Marvel experience.
Curious of what your view, like how you feel about Marvel, because you play a lot of BB Tag, from what I understand.
Right.
So, like, how do you feel about the Marvel vs. Capcom like franchise in general, or like you played 3 for 5 minutes? Like, what do you think of it compared to like BB Tag?
So playing other, like also same thing with Skullgirls, playing other tag fires, I've kind of realized I'm not a huge fan of tag fires in general. It just happened that like, hey, BB Tag has Persona characters, so I can deal with this. Also, it's super easy. Marvel, it's kind of feels like a little not infinite, but like 3 feels like past my time before I could like really enjoy it. Or now it feels like it's aged a bit, you know? So it's a bit harder to get into, and it feels pretty weird.
I feel that. Like that's I don't say I feel the like I feel a similar thing with like BB Tag where like I played a lot of Marvel games and playing BB Tag feels really weird to me because it's like
Yeah.
this is like it's like BB Tag and like fighters are like the closest thing I could say like like team fighting games or like Marvel style fighting games of like you have a team and you have assists and you have to play around it that way. It's interesting to see like how they've evolved and like something about Marvel just feels good. Like Marvel vs. Capcom just has like the team dynamic for me like perfect, and like how the game plays is like this is how I want to play like a team versus fighting game.
Yeah.
And I say that I like BB Tag and I love fighters and like those are fun games to play. But like Marvel just fills a certain void in my heart that needs to be filled every now and again.
Yeah, I have
I
to.
think it's like how they handle assists is like just the most unfamiliar part with me.
Yeah, 'cause
where
you have
BB
to
Tag's
pick
kind
your
of just like,
assists rather in
yeah.
BB Tag, you get all 3 all the time.
Like it's definitely privileged me in tag fighters.
Yeah.
I do have to agree with Austin in terms of just how it feels. I think it's because I've played Marvel 3 since 2012. I played it in middle school, the same time with like Blaze Blue, so like it's a part of my childhood. So I'm just used to it, I guess. Because I remember I played it a little bit earlier this week. I'm like, I'm gonna pop this in real quick to see how it feels. And Jesus Christ, Marvel 3 feels like a dream.
Yeah, it just feels good to play, man. And to route this back to the X Factor question, because I wanted to talk about X Factor a little bit. It's like X Factor is like weird and in many regards like broken, and that like Virgil exists and like fucking Wesker with X Factor level 3 and like Dark Phoenix with X Factor level 3 is like kind of broken. But like it's a lot of fun when you get to that like cool comeback with X Factor. And like I think my favorite person to watch play Marvel 3 is Apology Man with Super Scroll level 3 comebacks, level 3 X Factor comebacks. Cause like, man, it's just fun to watch a character just like hit you once and then go like and then do the pop X Factor and then they just go fucking crazy. And just feels like a void of like, oh, I want to play a character and just hit X Factor and go fucking crazy and go off and do a shit ton of damage. Like it's just so fun. And then Super Scroll, also a weird character to put in, but also
Yeah,
really
there's
hype.
just no other Fantastic Four characters but him.
Well, I mean, it's hard to put in a Fantastic Four character when you have a character who has all the Fantastic Four powers.
Another weird character that also, this game, speaking of weird characters, this game does have my favorite roster out of the Marvel games. Because I feel like it's the most unique. Because granted, this is also an advertisement for the Avengers, and it's abundantly clear that it was, because Avengers was about to come out at that point. There's a lot of there's like some characters that are going to show up later in the Marvel universe as well. But, still, like, Rocket Raccoon, that's the first time I've ever heard about him in this game. Doctor Strange were all, like, weird. Not now, but, like, back then they were weird.
I mean, like, She-Hulk, dude.
Yeah, She-Hulk, too. Like, a lawyer Hulk. That's weird, but it was cool.
I remember very specifically choosing Rocket Raccoon when I was younger and being like, I don't know who this is, but he seems cool. He's like a raccoon with a gun.
Yeah, and then the character that made me get this game, there's 2 characters that made me buy this game. MODOK is not one of them, actually. Sorry to break your guys' hearts.
I'm devastated.
Yeah, but
How dare you?
Yeah, it was whenever I watched Maximilian Dudes assist me for the first time, and that was with Phoenix Wright, and then I saw his with Virgil. And I remember when they got it specifically, I'm like, oh, Virgil, this dude looks sick as fuck. I don't know what a Devil May Cry is, but he looks cool.
I was about to say, like, the 2 characters that scream Garrett are fucking Phoenix Wright and fucking Virgil. Like, that's, like, the 2... Like, those are 2 characters that are just, like, if I had to associate Garrett with... If I had to pick, like... You said, hey, here's Garrett. I need you to pick fighting game characters that represent Garrett. It's, like, Hazama, Phoenix Wright, fucking, Kai Kisuke, and a couple others, and like Virgil's on that list too. Like those are two like characters I'm like associate with you because like I know you love those characters.
Yeah, they're sick as fuck.
Oh,
Virgil's
yeah.
really fun, even though Virgil, like, I'm trying to play him, but whenever I do, I'm like, I don't understand how this dude works, and then I give up.
I remember playing like trying to learn the game and being like, all right, I'm gonna pick Virgil just to, like figure out why is Virgil so broken. And I think 5 minutes in, I was like, oh yeah, this character makes sense. This is some fucking easy shit. Like I can get why this character's so fucking good.
He has so much good shit too. Like his teleports are gross if you don't know how to deal with them. He has fucking what's it called? Rising Sun, not Rising Sun, Lunar Phase, where he does like the flips.
Yeah, Helmbreaker, dude.
Yeah, Homebreaker 2. That's fucking disgusting on X Factor. Because
Don't forget the sword install,
Yeah.
because that's really gross.
Oh, he has Round Trip. Just fucking stupid in that game.
Oh yeah. The
Um,
the DMC characters are all really good, except for Trish.
yeah,
Oh, Trish has got
ex-
some shit.
Trish
but
just exists.
Trish has some shit, but like Dante and Virgil are so good in that game because they have so many tools, man.
Yeah, because Dante has like all of his specials from Devil May Cry 3, like literally every single one.
Mm-hmm.
He has
It's
the
cool, though.
longest move list out of like any character I think in a fighting game, like period.
Mm-hmm. But
And
it's
then-
worth it and
yeah.
cool.
And then Virgil is just cool because Virgil is sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Virgil made me interested in Devil May Cry, which now I've played all of them, so that's cool. Yeah, that roster is so cool. Like my favorite character is definitely Phoenix Wright, I think, because he's so unique. Because like, oh, how do you play this character? Oh, you get evidence. Oh, okay. And then after you get evidence, you have to go into a different stance. Oh, okay. And then you have to land an objection. And when you
Which-
land an objection, you're literally like one of the best characters in the game.
Which landing an objection is the hypest shit in
Yeah, he's
any
like,
fighting game.
Objection! I've got all I need. And then like the fucking music turns into Cornered.
Yes.
Like a techno version of Cornered, which is really good. Which this game
I have
also has amazing.
PTSD with Phoenix Wright.
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, what did you say?
I just said I have PTSD with Phoenix Wright because when I was younger, my brother would only use Phoenix, and he would just bully me ceaselessly with him.
Yeah, he's so easy to bully with too.
Mm-hmm.
You
Especially
do
when you
that-
get to the
yeah.
objection phase.
Yeah, when you're playing the objection phase, you're godlike because you have a pointer, which is like half screen, I think.
Oh yeah.
You have all of your items which are buffed. They do a shit ton of chip damage. You add in X Factor, level 3 X Factor, the Phoenix Ray, and you just murder with you don't even have to try. You can just do you just present your evidence constantly, and then you just ship people out.
Oh yeah. He's fucking dirty.
And you can also set up his orb stuff, his orb
Mhm.
items for incoming.
Oh yeah. And then his level 3 is probably the best level 3 in the game.
Well, that it's one of my favorites. I really like it, where he just you get fucking arrested for murder.
Yeah, it's great.
My
I think,
favorite level 3
oh, go ahead,
in
go ahead.
Marvel 3 is a toss-up between Strider's and Virgil's.
Oh, you like Ragnarok a lot, dude.
Yeah,
Like
Ragnarok
Ragnarok is cool
fuck.
fun.
He,
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
he hits you into the air, you get sliced a bunch, you see 4 different Striders go towards you, and then the Strider hits the ground, and then your body falls to a chump.
Hey, Garrett, have you ever seen Maximum Spider? Spider-Man's level 1 since Marvel 1? It's just that.
Yeah, but Ragnarok's cool. That has a cool name.
I will say, my favorite character in this game is Iron Fist. I've been a big comic Iron Fist fan since I was a little kid, but he's my favorite character gameplay wise in this game because I love his so his whole thing, he's a Rekka character, but his Rekkas are variety. They have some variety to them, and some of them are low, some of them are overhead, some of them are ground bouncing, some of them are knockdown, some of them are stuns, and it's really interesting to me. But he's just a fun I don't know, his combos are a lot of fun to do, and I really like his his Jackie Chan screams, if you will. But also he has my favorite level 3, which is the 1-inch punch. Where he's this is the power of chi, and he does the burst, and if you're anywhere near him, he gets you. and it's just him doing like the 1-inch punch, and you see like all the energy like circulating through his body to his hand. And he goes like the big like yell of like ah, and then he hits you and you just explode. It's fucking hype.
Yeah, there's so many good ones. Like I love Virgil's is like a level 4 technically because you have to be in Devil Trigger for it. But when you do it, he slices you a whole bunch, turns around, you see him put Yamato back in the sheath, and then all of his summon swords just like just stab into you, and you crumple to the ground.
Oh yeah, type of shit.
And you get a fucking combo after that off of it.
Oh yeah, because it's Virgil. Because why wouldn't you?
Because fuck you.
I'm trying to think of like what other cool level 3s are in this game.
Penance Stare.
Which one?
Ghost Riders.
Oh, Penance Stare? Yeah,
Yeah.
Penance Stare's pretty hype. I'm a fan of Gravity Squeeze and Dr. Doom sit in the chair and let you sit in the microwave.
Yeah, you can put in the blender or whatever.
I
Doom blender.
I remember watching Marvel 3 at 2016 EVO, and one guy landed that level 3, and the whole crowd like lifting their hand and going like, "Goosh," when he does the hand thing. It was so hype. Marvel 3 is great. Marvel 3 is so fucking good.
And now we Marvel 3 was relatively successful, I think, but then they lost the rights. So goodbye Marvel 3 and Marvel 2 and every Marvel game ever. But then cut to 2017, and then Marvel Infinite came out, and it's a game.
So Garrett, I know we've talked about this a little bit before we started it, but me and you like this game a lot.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a solid fighting game that doesn't get nearly enough love just because like everything else surrounding the actual gameplay is garbage.
Yeah, which sucks, and like it's hard to like talk about this game in a good like standing, because like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was just like doomed to fail from the beginning because like the whole game, the roster is weird, it looks weird,
It's bad.
Yeah, the game doesn't look great. I remember Pug Lee, what a good time.
And Dante still looks like a meth addict.
Yeah, like it just looks bad, and like that really hurt the game. And then like the
music is
it
awful.
didn't get, yeah, it didn't get into EVO the next year that it was in. Like the year it came out, it didn't come out to the EVO official lineup. It didn't have a lot of people playing it. It didn't have a good story mode. Story mode's bad.
It's like abysmally bad.
I'll say it's bad. It's not that good. And like all those things in mind, like really weighed on the game. But then you play it, and I had so much fun playing MVCI, like when it was out and like learning the game. Like I had a ton of fun playing that game. It was interesting and fun, and like the roster was kind of like. I've never played Chun-Li in a versus game because I don't care about Chun-Li. I've never liked Chun-Li. I don't like her playstyle in any game, like Street Fighter or like in the Marvel vs. Capcom games. I've never cared about Chun-Li. But this game, I was like, I really like Chun-Li. This is a fun character. And like, it was my team for a while was Chun-Li and Venom. And I was like, this is weird, but I like this. This is fun. This game has there's a fun fighting game in here, but you have to get through all the crap to get to it.
Yeah, I think that's the general opinion for me too of Infinite, is that it's fun. It's really like, here's my issue. I hate playing most of the roster because I feel like they've changed like kind of like I hate playing Frank West and Chris in this game. I don't think they're as fun as they are in Marvel 3.
Yeah.
But all of the new characters that they added in are really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I fucking love Ultron.
Oh, yeah. Dude, fucking Thanos is so fun in this game. And, like Thanos is fun. Captain Marvel, I don't personally like playing Captain Marvel, but she has some cool shit. Iron Man has some new stuff in here that makes him
Iron Man is fun
different.
in that game. Like,
he's
hate
so
playing
fun.
him in Marvel 3, but in Infinite, he's fun.
Yeah, and like Ultron's a lot of fun to play as.
My boy Jeddah.
Fucking the Jeddah's.
Yeah.
Jeddah wins in this game as being the only character from MBCI to have a good voice line.
Yeah.
Because everyone's voice lines suck in this game.
They're all really, they're either really bad or they're just kind of dull.
Yeah, which, like, Marvel 3, every character line is good. I don't think
Yeah.
there's a bad character line that's said before a super. Like, all of them are just good. Like, any character, even like Hisenko, who I can't even quote them, like, has some good voice lines. Like, but I can't tell you a single thing that Arthur says in this game that's memorable.
Oh fuck, I don't even know.
Like-
I just know he calls fucking Thor a heathen god in the story mode. That's all I know.
How could they do that? How could they do that to my boy Arthur?
Which, if we talk about Marvel 3 again for a second, Arthur in Marvel 3 is such a funny, random ass pull character to pull in. Be like, yeah, Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. And you're like, wait,
He's
what the
so
fuck?
good though.
And then you're
Is
like,
he?
oh, well, he's cool.
I
He's
love
like-
him. He's great.
It's like throw
Goddess
okay,
bracelet.
yeah. Goddess bracelet. He's a cool character, and like he has a bunch of items and a bunch of like projectiles and stuff. It's cool. But like you put him in this game, it's like he's mundane and kind of whatever. And then like he's the same thing from Marvel 3, and there's no new there's some new stuff for him, but like it's whatever. And that's the biggest hinder in this game is like the characters that transferred directly over from 3 that have not a lot of changes just like really suffer.
I
Like
think the only character that got any sort of form of like massive changes from Marvel 3 to Infinite is Zero.
oh, I was gonna say Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man and Zero, because Zero has like a bunch of negative edge stuff other than just his Mega Buster.
Yeah, which is great because you think Zero, who is one of the best characters in Marvel 3, wouldn't get much changes. Like in this game, a lot of changes, and it's like, oh, these are refreshing. But like, did we really need Spencer in another
Yeah,
Marvel?
now
vs.
it's time to
game?
party, or whatever
Yeah.
he says when you pick him.
Time to party. Or like, do we really need Nemesis again? How
I like
badly?
Nemesis. I'm sorry.
I love Nemesis. Nemesis is my favorite Resident Evil character.
He's cool.
He's so fucking cool, but he didn't need to be in this game. You know who needed to be in this game, X?
Jill?
Fucking Jack Baker.
Okay.
Because that was whenever
Like-
RE7
Oh my
came
god.
out.
Dude, put Jack Baker from RE7.
Welcome
this
to
game?
the family, son.
Yeah, right? The voice lines are there. Dude, give him a super where he gets in the car. And he just
It's
drives
an
around.
install.
Now I'm pissed. And he gets in the car and he just
Yeah.
runs around.
Make it an install where you can like go around the entire map.
Jesus Christ.
And like, have his supers be like Marjorie assist.
You know,
or
it's
like,
in the battering ram super that MODOK has is that, but it's the car.
yeah. Like, the biggest thing about MVCI to me is the missed opportunity of like really going crazy with like this
Yeah.
roster, because the roster
like-
is so safe until the DLC.
Yeah, or like adding in like new Capcom characters, because like, why did they wait until DLC to put in Monster Hunter, their biggest flagship series?
And what sucks is also like, the DLC is like, DLC in my opinion is the best. Like, these are the best characters in the game.
But you
Black
have to pay
Panther-
$30 for them. Is the biggest issue.
Yeah. Well, no. The biggest issue for me is like 4 Marvel, 2
Yeah,
Capcom.
two Capcom. That too. Like
And-
the roster looks so bad because you see all the blue and you see like just one more red, and it's like if you have OCD, you're gonna hate this game.
Oh yeah, and like Sigma should have been in the base roster because he's a boss character, and Ultron's already a base like roster character. He should have been a base roster character too. But like also like Capcom has a fun list of characters, and like they could have put Captain Commando back, but they could have done anyone from Power Stone because this is about the fucking Infinity Stones in this game.
Yeah, you could have put in Rashid. For
Oh
like,
my god,
Put in like Rashid or Fong, like some Street Fighter V character,
why is Rashid not in this
or
game?
Abigail.
Like, Rashid should have been in this game. Like, this is the game to introduce Rashid as a Marvel character.
I've been saving that character this whole time. That's what I was gonna say for that.
Oh
question.
my god.
Like,
I'll head out.
and like even then, like take out some of the, take out Hagar, take out Firebrand, take out Spencer, take out Nemesis, take out I say take out Chris, but just put Chris back in the game, but call him Leon Kennedy.
Yeah, put in Leon instead.
Take out
Oh,
Arthur.
so you're really gonna do that to Hagar?
Okay,
The mayor?
I
She's not the
love
mayor anymore. Cody is.
I love the mayor, but like, look, we need a different character.
Okay.
Dude, my
Like-
favorite thing with Hagar.
Okay.
I'm gonna interrupt your problem with Hagar to say that I fucking love Hagar in the story mode because he just shows up and he's like, Spider-Man, what are you doing here? I love it. It's so fucking stupid.
Hagar is great. I love Hagar. Hagar in 3, one of the best characters. Hagar in Infinite, put in anyone else. Like, we have Capcom has a million grapplers. Pick whoever. Zangief, you can put Zangief in, sure.
Abigail.
Alex, put in Alex. Please.
Alex, yes. Oh, my voice cracked. Oh god.
Put in fucking
Put in
Honda.
Abigail.
Nah, they wouldn't put in Honda,
Put
but
in Abigail.
I would take Abigail, dude. But that's what Infinite lacks is if Infinite had
Creativity,
wacky, creative, different characters. Like Monster Hunter is probably the best character in all of Marvel vs. Capcom. In that, like, it's a very unique Capcom character with a very unique roster and a very unique, or very not roster, very unique moveset and very unique like gameplay style. Like, what a great character to
If
put
only
in.
they could do more of those.
Yeah, right.
Like, that roster is so dry because it's just Marvel 3 with like 5 new characters.
And it doesn't help that the PR was like, oh, we want to play as Magneto. Well, you can do Magneto stuff with Nova. I don't want to play as Nova. I don't give a shit about Nova.
I don't think
Like-
anyone does, not even Marvel. Like, the Nova Corps was in fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and Nova wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Like, that ass, it was just his core. Like,
Nova just kind of exists,
nobody
and I
cares
don't.
about Nova. The only people that care about Nova is, like, Ultimate Spider-Man, that one show that nobody cared about. And, like, anybody named, like, Bob. Who probably
Yeah.
owns every Nova issue or whatever the fuck his series is called.
And like the in my opinion, the Capcom side is significantly weaker than the Marvel side because like the Capcom side, you need to take some characters out.
Yeah, it's like...
The Marvel side is like solid enough. Like, okay, I could like if I had to replace anybody on the Marvel side, it's probably Ghost Rider. And I hate saying that because I love Ghost Rider, but like,
He's so lame in that game, especially his level 3 is so flaccid.
yeah, like we talked about the penance stare in 3. The penance stare in 3 has like not a ton of things going on, but enough to like make it cinematic. The penance stare in Ultimate is
Infinite,
just
he
a
stares at
JPEG.
you with dead
It's-
bone eyes, and then you just die.
It's so bad. But like, and like you could take out Dormammu if you wanted to, or like Hawkeye, I guess.
Nah, they're
But-
gonna keep him in because Avengers.
Yeah, and like, look, I'm fine with most of the Marvel side. I like Hulk in that game. Hulk was my first character I played in that game, and I liked Hulk in that game. I like Captain America. I think he looks like shit, but he's cool.
Yeah, looks like a fucking fucking truck guy, but you know.
So I remember someone saying he looks like a monkey, like with his big ears and his little face. It's like he's like a monkey. Captain Marvel's great. Thor is Thor. You have to have Thor. I'm really amazed they kept the comic Thor and not like Marvel
Yeah.
Cinematic Universe Thor. Thanos is perfect. Like he's a good addition. Iron Man's good. Gamora's a good pick. Ultron's a great pick.
Especially since they went with the comic book design of Ultron, because I love that look so much.
Oh, it's so fucking dope.
Where he has like a little jack-o'-lantern face or whatever.
Yeah, it looks super cool. And then Rocket Raccoon is great. Like, and they add in the Groot stuff, which is like, yeah, I want that. Doctor Strange, pretty solid. The Hawkeye redesign to be more like the Matt Fraction Hawkeye is a good choice. And Hawkeye is a fun character. I think Nova, Ghost Rider, and Dormammu just have like no real reason being in this roster, and like could have been switched out with anybody. Nova, I guess.
You could have
sorry,
done
go ahead.
anything. Like, they could have just added, like, if they wanted to make it a Marvel Cinematic Universe advertisement, which they clearly did, they could have, like, you know, put in Peter Quill.
Peter Quill, Vision, fucking Falcon, Ant-Man,
Scarlet
uh,
Witch.
Scarlet Witch would have been fucking dope.
You could have put in any
Uh,
of the. You could have put in any of the Black Hands.
Yeah, and like even if they wanted to not do the cinematic universe, do like more of the comic run, like there's a billion comic characters that could have been put in over this. Put Camilla. Why Camilla Khan isn't in this game? I don't understand. Like Camilla Khan is a great new Marvel character and should be in this game. But whatever. We need Black Widow.
Yeah, we need
All
Black
right.
Widow for lameness.
No, Garrett. Black Widow is cool in this game. Black Widow has some cool shit in
I
this
don't
game.
like her in this game.
But she's cool.
And then they put fucking Winter Soldier too, who I think is kind of cool, I guess.
Oh, Winter Soldier's fucking awesome in this game. Winter Soldier should have been base roster.
And the biggest
Winter
issue,
Soldier's cool.
The biggest issue with Winter Soldier is the fact that it shows another issue of the game is why the fuck aren't there more team up level 3s?
Yes, let's talk about that, Garrett. Like, so in all the Marvel games, there's never been a team up super thing because it's not a Marvel thing. It's just like, oh, the whole thing is you do a super, then you hit the assist button and you do a delayed hyper combo where another character comes in and does their super at the same time as yours. And it's like, oh, that's cool. In this game, they're like, hey, what if Winter Soldier and Captain America had like a team super? And it's the coolest shit ever. Like Final Justice? Awesome. They do like a Rekka together and then they both punch the guy that they're fighting and they go like, hey, thanks for helping me out, buddy.
Yeah, but also the shield too. Like they toss the shield around.
Yeah, it's fucking hype. Like, why that isn't like you literally have a game where X and Zero
together.
are together and they don't do a team super.
Like what
It's
the
just-
fuck? And like Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah. Or hey,
Ultron
I'll say
and
it.
Sigma.
Ryu and Chun-Li, Morrigan and fucking what's his name? I'm forgetting
Jeddah.
his name.
Yeah,
Jeddah?
or you could have done like Ryu and Hulk.
Yeah. Chris
they're-
and Nemesis.
Yeah, there's so many like ideas, or like Strider and Gamora, since they had a thing in the story mode or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Like this game is just wasted opportunity and like could have been great. And what sucks is like this game is so fun to play. Like a lot of these characters are really fun to play as. Like and I said this about Chun-Li, but like Ryu has never been more fun in a versus game because Ryu can do some shit and then do the delayed tag and have someone come in and do it a combo right after. And like the tag system in this game is a lot of fun and like
Yeah.
you have some really good combo
Like,
potential
there's
there.
another great thing. Also, I really like tags. The tag system in the game is pretty cool, and I think that did lead. I want to say it had led to how tag does that. BB tag does theirs.
Yeah.
Because it's like almost verbatim, where you can just swap out the characters, but then you can do an assist and then do that.
It's
which is
really good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another thing that it made me realize that this game is a wasted opportunity is Ryu's level 3 too.
Oh my god. Oh, I love okay. I didn't know this was a thing until I think I was playing with James and I landed it on James and I was like, oh, wait, what? And it's when you get so for the audience to hear, when you play as Ryu in this game, when you get Ryu to like below 25% health and you do his level 3 is Shin Shoryuken, right? But when his health is below 25%, he does it, but he looks like Evil Ryu. And then as he's Evil Ryu, he snaps out of it and goes, no! And then he does a Shin Shoryuken and like he destroys the Evil Ryu, like the Satsui no Hado or whatever, and goes, I'm going to be good Ryu. And he does the Shinsho and it does more damage. And it's the coolest shit ever.
And he's the only character that has that.
Yeah, it's like put that in more character designs, and this would have been the best game ever.
Also, whenever you said Satsui no Hado, I always think of the fucking ending of this game with Thanos with his glove. He's like, the Satsui no Hado. Because he like takes it and then he does a fucking Hadoken on Death. It's the fucking dumbest shit.
Story mode is bad.
But
Like,
every time I think of fucking Thanos' deep voice going, the Satsui no Hado, I just lose it.
It's
so
the
fucking
worst.
stupid.
like this game, like MBCI has like the skeleton of a good fighting game, but everything else sucks. Like the
Yeah,
roster,
it's like a skeleton,
good.
but then all the meat is like zombie meat.
mm-hmm. Like I have never asked for a Marvel vs. Capcom storyline, because who needs it? But like okay, if you're gonna do it, that'd be fun. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
They don't
I don't.
Marvel
ahead.
versus Capcom at all.
Nah. We're gonna put in DLC characters that are fan favorites? Fuck yeah. Oh, these characters should have just been in the base game. Yeah. All right, I guess. Like, you fight against Black Panther in the story mode.
And Monster Hunter, they're both there.
Yeah.
In Valkanda
And it's like-
or wherever the fuck, and they're like, no, you don't get Time Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, we should probably talk about the stones.
Yeah, we can talk about stones for a little bit. I like stones.
I think stones are almost cool. It's just they're not created equal. If they were
Oh,
all stupid busted, that'd be great, but like they're almost all stupid busted. Some of them just suck.
Insert clip of web ball.
Yeah, reality stone.
Yeah.
Web
ball, reality stone.
Web ball,
Web
reality
ball.
stone.
Reality stone. Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Mind stone just sucks.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like,
The-
you get a command grab that you can't get anything off of.
And it
Unless
doesn't
you
do
get, like,
any
the
damage.
stun. I think like the stun isn't even like I want to say the stun is all the time, but I could be wrong. It just sucks. And then like
Yeah.
your storm that you get when you build up enough, it's like, oh, you get infinite meter, cool. Even though every stone gives you a free level 3 already. Like,
Yeah. And even then, like, this game isn't a meter.
Meter gain is so fast in this game.
And like, there's not a lot of characters that like need meter to succeed. Like, there's no Phoenix in this game where you
Yeah.
need constant meter.
There's like next to no installs.
Yeah. Or like Mind Stone is terrible. Reality Stone was broken, and then they nerfed it. And it's okay.
Yeah, it's still stupid. Whenever you get the surge of it, whenever you get like you press the heavy punch, you start getting beat up, and then a flamethrower will come out and hit your opponent. I know that because I landed that like last time I was in club and I was playing with my friend Josh, and I just hit heavy punch and he started beating me up. He got hit by the fire pillar, and that either killed him or it knocked him back enough to get a wall bounce so he can do Ultron level 3. It was one of those two.
Like the stones, and like it's a fun mechanic that has a lot of variety. Like Space Stone is fun because you do
Penalty
like it's all
box.
about pulling people closer, and the box.
The box of
Ah.
shame. It's the horny box.
Yeah. No lewds, and you put them in the box.
I saw you retweet that on Twitter. That's not very cute though.
I personally like the Time Stone because I enjoyed the dash and I enjoyed the. Oh, I used to play Chris in the game, and Chris with Time Stone could do like crazy shit because Chris has the command normals, right, of the electric baton and the flamethrower, and those things are only really viable with Time Stone. It was a lot of fun to play as, and I like that. Like, I like the game being like, hey, look, you have a fun ability, and then you have a X factor that is like a specific X factor.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, Reality and Soul are like just the best ones.
Soul's
Oh,
fucking
you get to
stupid.
put 2 people on the field at one time, or you get to have just any button is just an AoE effect.
Yeah, also you get to revive your friend with
Yeah.
Soulstone and get 20% of their health back.
Mm.
Like, just imagine doing that in BB tag. Like, imagine like you're playing Adachi and Arakami dies, you get Adachi, and then you just press resonance, and then Arakami just comes back from the dead. And then you have like 2 Zeodynes at the same time.
It's a busted mechanic, but I liked it because it was something new. Like, I was like, this is a fun thing that like is unbalanced and
Yeah.
is fun, but it's new.
The
And
only thing
it-
that killed it for me is that they replaced how Zero worked. Whenever he dies, he used to do the Mega Man thing, but then when he dies, he just falls to the ground like a chump, and then his outro is just he just turns his back and that's it. He doesn't do the teleport anymore.
Returning to base.
Yeah, he just sits
I'm
there.
going to stand here now.
Just turns around. He's like, all right.
Like, it's just like, it feels half-assed, which sucks. Because like, Marvel vs. Capcom should never be half-assed. It should be like filled with content and be like
filled
fun.
with ass.
Yeah,
Should
filled
be
with
full
ass. Yeah, I like, and I hate saying that it's a bad game, because, like, dude, I've played so much Venom Chun-Li in this game that, like, I like this game. And, like, I'm looking at the roster right now, and, like, there are characters in this game I would never play in any other game, like, versus game. Hulk, love Hulk in this game. Iron Man, love Iron Man in this game. Thanos is fucking fun. Ryu is fun. Chun-Li is fun. Chris is fun. Like, there's such a good roster here, but it's buried under just like wasted potential, not enough effort put into like certain character animations and certain characters doing
bad
stuff.
PR.
Yeah, really bad PR.
Yeah, overall, it's a very, very mixed game. It's a game that's really fun, but just has so many flaws.
Yeah. And
It's-
it sucks because like I remember having this game and having friends come over one night and being like people being like, "Oh, you have the new Marvel vs. Capcom game?" Like, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's like, "Oh, let's play it." And they played it and they were like, whatever. And it's like I want to harken back to my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 story where like those guys in high school when the MCU wasn't that big, it was like kind of getting big, were having fun playing as like these really wacky, like interesting characters that were like, "Oh, fucking Sabretooth? That guy looks cool." But like you look at this roster and it's like, I don't give a shit about Nova. I don't give a shit about Spencer. What the fuck's a Firebrand? Like I say normies, but like people who don't know about these two big franchises don't care about these random looking characters and are just like, whatever. Like they just look at this roster and go like, I don't care. You need to have like a interesting thing to pull in your new audience to be like, oh, Black Panther? That guy's cool. Oh fuck, this roster's cool. Like this moveset's cool as fuck. I want to play as this guy. Like you need more characters like that.
Yeah. But yeah, just in general, Infinite is almost great, and it's just so many like missed potential, I guess. That was definitely us going over all the important Marvel games, I should say. But before we wrap up, I have one discussion question that I think will be cool to hear everyone's opinions on. So basically, John Marvel and John Capcom come to your door, specifically you, and they say, "Hey, fuck everyone else. We're making a new Marvel vs. Capcom game with us, John Marvel and John Capcom. What's one character that you want to see return from Marvel vs. Capcom games from both Marvel and Capcom, and what are two new characters you want to see return?" So basically, one character you want to see back from Marvel, one character you want to see back from Capcom, and one new character from each franchise. I'll go first, just so you guys can like think and let it stew.
All right. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I need to think about this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go first then, so you guys can think. So a character I want to see return from Marvel is Gambit, 100% Gambit.
You took my choice.
You can still have the same choice. It's not like choice sees backsies or whatever you fucking.
No, Xavier, those are the rules. Think of a new character. I believe in you.
Think about similar characters that are cool. Fuck you, stupid idiot.
I can't believe Garrett stole my character and
Yet
then
again.
told me and then just insulted me. I can't believe it.
Welcome to the podcast, bitch. But yeah, I have a Gambit because I love the concept of a gambler type character, especially with these cards. That's cool, and he was really fun to play in Marvel too. And I think if they brought him back, that would be sick. A new Marvel character I want to see. It's a toss up between two Spider-Man characters, and it's either Green Goblin. If you can get Willem Dafoe to voice him, then yes, Green Goblin all the way. You could give him an install where he gets on his little scooter or whatever, his scooter
Dude,
hoverboard.
I had
really
a
hope
friend
you don't
who
take my
talked about.
character.
I had a friend who talked about how it'd be cool if Green Goblin was in Marvel vs. Capcom and he had a counter super where he catches your fist and goes impressive, like in
The first one.
Spider-Man. Yeah, the first one he goes impressive and then he punches you and tosses you away.
Oh, dude,
That'd be
you
so
could have
cool.
like an intro with him and Spider-Man where they join forces. Like, how about it? How would you want to join forces? Are you in or out? And Spider-Man's like, yeah, I'm out. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, him. It's either him or Spider-Man Noir.
That'd be dope.
Because I have been reading Spider-Man Noir and I love it. I love the 1920s aesthetic in general. I think the 1920s to 1940s is my favorite look out of anywhere in general, besides the Great Depression. That's kind of bad. But if we're not counting World War II and we're not counting the Great Depression, that era is pretty cool.
I think that'd be a great skin for Spider-Man. I don't know about a character per se. But,
yeah, I can see
hey,
that. Like,
that's
if
your
they have
list, not
Spider-Man
mine.
already, then there's no point in having another Spider-Man since he doesn't do anything different except have a gun. And beat
Yeah,
Nazis, and
valid.
that's kind of it.
Mine was also a Spider-Man character, so I'm gonna go for returning character from.
Oh, wait, no.
Wait, you have to do Capcom. Might be.
Yeah, do Capcom, Garrett.
Okay.
Sorry, Troy. Actually, you're kicked off of the podcast. You can't choose the same things.
Yeah.
Just like me. I'm sorry.
Damn. All right. I can deal with this.
For returning Capcom, I want Hayate to return. I was
Oh,
gonna say
really?
either-
You want Hayate?
Yeah, I was gonna say either Hayate or Zero.
I thought you were gonna say Virgil.
Dude, Virgil returning would be really sick, but I figured that would be too easy.
All right, fine.
Because I was thinking about it, I'm like, either want Hayate, Zero, or Virgil, and I thought Hayate would be really cool to see come back and see him in a new art style and just see how they can make him different.
Okay.
Because he's been gone for so long. I think that would be really cool, but Virgil will probably be the easiest one to put in. Because it's Virgil, and Devil May Cry 5 happened.
Yeah.
And the Capcom character I want to come back, and new, I want Nero. Specifically, my friend's gonna kill me for this, but specifically DMC5 Nero.
I agree, 100%.
So DMC4 Nero is cool. I like his design. I think that he has some cool shit, but I feel like you have a lot more possibilities for unique playstyles with DMC5 Nero because you can make it to where, you know how Teddy has like the item thing, how you can tell which item's up next?
The arms.
Do that with him, both arms. So give him like 3 arms. Give him Overture, Gerbera, and like Rawhide.
Yeah.
And then if you have Gerbera equipped, you get an air dash. If
It'd
you
be
don't, you don't have an air dash.
Yeah, Nero would be such a fucking DMC5 Nero would be such a fucking cool character to
And
have
you
in
get,
another first series.
And you can give him his gun, obviously Blue Rose, or you can charge it. Make it to where one of his supers is a counter super maybe, and that's Ragtime.
Yeah.
So everything slows down for you, except for you. If you want to make him even more crazy, give him fucking, I can't even remember the name of it. I keep calling it Exceed Assault, but that's just fucking BlazBlue. His revving motorcycle stonks.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember it. I'm such a fake Nero fan. But give him that, and then to make me happy and to make my friend mad, put in Devil Trigger.
Of course.
Because that song is amazing and I love it. And I love
Oh,
Nero.
it's-
Devil Trigger's great. I don't know what Blackjack's talking about. I'm sorry.
He's a fool. Devil Trigger is probably the best song of 2019
It's the
or
best song,
2018. When did
period.
Devil May Cry 5 come out?
Last year.
2019? Yeah,
Yeah.
2019.
And it was announced the year before, I think. It was whenever Devil Trigger first showed up, was in like at E3, and I remember listening to like, this song's fucking sick. Because you have like the bridge of being, pull my devil trigger, in the darkness. It's so cool, and I will defend it to my last breath, but I can't do that right now because we're on a podcast, and that would take forever. But point being, I want Devil Trigger in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. I already modded it in my PC copy of Marvel Infinite, but I want it for realsies so I can play Nero. Okay, you're
Troy, you're up.
Troy.
All right. Returning Marvel character with the little bit I've played, probably just Storm. I've always just liked Storm's character design. And then big fan from X-Men. And then new character, I was gonna say Spider-Gwen, and she would kind of just be like, I don't want to say Echo. Holy shit! What's the other?
Go Fighter.
Yeah, just kind of like an Echo Fighter for Spider-Man. And then for Capcom, I don't know who I really want returning. But yeah, I was already gonna say Rashid for a new character because I kind of just want them to give him how he is in Street Fighter, but anime is even more anime, so just more moonsaults through neutral.
Oh yeah.
That's all I want. It's Marvel. They can do it.
Dude, Rashid should have been an Infinite, and Rashid is the Street Fighter character to make it into a fucking
He's already anime as fuck. Just go
Yeah.
ahead and make him Marvel.
Yeah, pretty much. X. Xavier, do you want to go
shoot,
next, or do you want me to go next?
I'm up.
Well, I can go next if you don't want to.
No, I got this. All
right, take it away.
Marvel first, right?
Yeah.
So for returning character, just to add some variety because Gambit was already taken. I'm probably gonna say Doctor Doom, just because Doctor Doom is sick,
Oh, fuck yeah, he is.
and also he's gonna have the foot dive line again because that's just the best part of him.
Oh, yeah.
For new Marvel characters, like the one X-Men character I genuinely really like, but he's not in anything, Nightcrawler. He'd have like sick teleports and like really cool, I don't know, air combos maybe?
Well, make his dash just a teleport,
Yeah. Yeah, that
and
would be
then
really
make his
good.
like make him like be a sword character because he's a sword guy.
Heck yeah.
And then like I've thought about this a lot of like his launcher. So when he does a launcher, instead of like dashing up, he just teleports up and does shit.
Oh my
And you
god.
could have it'd be so fucking hype.
That'd be super cool.
I love Nightcrawler. Yeah, that was gonna be my pick, but I changed it at the last second.
All right. Then for Capcom characters. Oh, were you gonna say something, Austin?
No, go ahead.
Okay. For returning Capcom character, I want Jill, but specifically I want like Marvel 2 Jill.
Yeah.
Because
like,
Marvel 3 Jill is like, eh.
Well, do you want like Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil 3 Jill?
I'd say 3.
Yeah.
Because like Marvel 3 Jill was like 5 Jill, which was a weird choice. Like I still kind of liked it, but it was still just sort of weird to me. But yeah,
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3 Jill would be really cool, honestly, just because like you've got everything there. You've got like, because like 3 was already so action packed. It's like you got all the variety of weapons. You've got Nemesis as maybe her like level 3. She could use like the railgun.
Oh, that'd be fucking dope if you pulled out the railgun and shot him. Oh, that'd be hype.
It'd be great. And then for new Capcom character, it's got to be my boy Talbane. They
Fuck
haven't put
yeah.
Talbane in anything since Darkstalkers. I miss him.
Put Talbane in this game, dude. Fucking give me a werewolf and I'll play Marvel again. I guess it's my turn. For Marvel returning, this is hard because I want to say Sabretooth because Sabretooth is one of my favorite like Marvel characters. But I'm going to say Venom. I think Venom single-handedly saved Infinite for me, and like Venom is such a strong, unique character, and I love Venom.
Venom is always sick just because he's so wild.
Oh yeah, and like he's just a like I love Venom Sting where he turns into a giant puddle thing and jumps at you.
God,
I love his command grabs. I like Venom a lot. He's one of my favorite. Like he's definitely one of my favorite like in the Versus series of characters to play as. So I would always say Venom as like returning. For new Marvel, it's hard because like I really want to say Kamala Khan because I think she's a great new Marvel character that'd be fun and would have a great moveset.
That's like Captain
She's the new Miss Marvel, yeah.
Miss Marvel. There we go. Yeah, with her stretchy arms and shit.
Yeah, and she'd have some cool like big punch moves and big like changing her body and morphing and stuff. That'd be cool. But I think if I have to go into like my heart and pick a character, I really want like Daredevil. Like get Daredevil in this game already. Daredevil's been
whenever
meaning
you
to
pick Daredevil, the screen just like becomes black.
Oh, dude, no. What you do is his level 3 is him taking out the lights and then beating you up in the dark, and you do the echolocation vision for him. That'd be so fucking sick.
Raging Demon.
Yeah. I will say my other one was gonna be Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler is fucking awesome, and if they bring X-Men back, they should have him. Or potentially Beast. Beast would be cool. For Capcom returning, I really want. This is my joke answer is Amingo because I think Amingo should come back. I love Amingo.
We need Amingo 2.
We need Amingo 2. But if I'm being honest, Ken would be a ton of fun because they've made Ken very different than Ryu in Street Fighter V with his new like how he does his Tatsu and the flaming uppercuts, and like I think he'd be a fun like, hey, a returning a character who's been in a Marvel game before but is now back to like do it, and he'd have his new like hair look, which kind of sucks, but you could change it to make it look better, and have his new like variety of like flame oriented moves and be more of like an offensive Shoto. That'd be cool. And then for a new Capcom character, that's difficult because I want to say Asura really bad because Asura should already be in this game and should have been in fucking Infinite because Asura is fucking awesome from Asura's Wrath.
I wasn't expecting to hear Asura. Oh my god.
He's so cool, dude. Like, why is he not in the game already? And like, I think Asura is my pick. I will say for my joke answer that someone brought up to me, I can't remember who exactly said it, but like we should put Sagat in the new Marvel vs. Capcom game, and when he does Tiger Uppercut, it does a ceiling bounce instead of a ground bounce. Because he's so fucking tall, he would hit you and you would bounce off the ceiling, and you'd be able to do combos after. But yeah, seriously, Asura is like one anime as fuck already, has a bunch of shit you can do with him, is a very interesting Capcom character, and like could be fun. And yeah, like just put him in already, dude. Like he already fights Akuma and Ryu in like a DLC thing. Just put him in Marvel vs. Capcom. He'd be dope.
Hell yeah. I think that is everyone's. And we're gonna start wrapping up. If you're watching this... Wait, what?
Garrett,
Yes.
one last thing. What character do you not want to see in a new Marvel vs. Capcom
Arthur.
game? Like, you don't want to see... It can be either coming back or new. Like, what do you not want to see in the next game?
I want to say Arthur, maybe? I'm trying to think of who I just do not want. Arthur is one that I could live without.
Yeah.
Spencer, I think, is the one that I just don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to go with Spencer. I fucking hate Spencer.
I'm going to say Chris, because I think Leon should just be the new Chris.
I was gonna say Chris as well, honestly, because he's Chris.
Do you have a
It's-
character in any way, Troy, that you don't want to see come back or show up ever?
I've not played enough to actually hate any character.
But I mean, like, in terms of, like, characters that you know of already in Capcom and Marvel.
There's not really a character that I hate, I think, from either of the series.
Okay.
You can wrap up now. I just want to hear us all hate on Chris.
I think Chris looks cool.
He's got some fun stuff, but he's just boring. And you could just put Leon Kennedy and have all the same moves, and everyone would just be like, "Thank God Leon's here."
If you
And Leon's
if
hotter,
it has
too,
to be like
so-
a I can't have Leon unless he's gone, then yeah, the Chris can go.
Thank you, Troy.
Your sacrifice will be noted. Yeah, if you are listening to this and you're like, man, I sure want to tell people my Capcom and Marvel characters, then just hit me up at Agent G of Fountain. That is Agent G of, and then FOUNTN. If you want to tell me, or put in the YouTube comments, or if you're on a Discord server that I'm on, just at me. Be like, yo, fucker, here's what I like about the Capcom Marvels. Do you guys want to tell where people to hit you up if you want people to know your Twitter at all, or any other social media you use?
I'll go first. I am at Stinboy, STIN_BOI. Because I like the name Stin. It's a good tag, and I love it. I don't post much, so don't worry about it.
If y'all want to hit me up for Weebetry Games, Anime Fighters, at Twitter, it's at Proteus_XXI. And yeah.
If you want to contact me for whatever reason, I play a lot of Anime Fighters. Mainly like Uniclear and Skullgirls and UMBC3. My Twitter is at GoatNerd, GOTENERD.
Hell yeah. And on that note, this was Here Comes a New Challenger, a fighting game podcast. I was joined by Xavier.
Thanks for having me. I hope I wasn't rude or anything.
Don't worry about it. You were cool. Troy.
Later.
And Austin.
Like, I talked a lot, but I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and I've been your announcer, Garrett. Oops, almost said my full name. That's bad. And
Garrett gets doxxed live on his podcast.
Now everyone knows that your name is Garrett Gay.
yeah. after watching Pearl Mare, yeah. Yeah. Just make sure to put up a quarter or some shit. I'll figure out a good outro eventually. Goodbye.
I wanna take you for